Hello, everybody, and welcome to Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. How are my new players doing today?
Doing great.
Good, good. Are we ready for an adventure? We're ready to go figure out what these ruins on a mountainside are?
Yep, we're figuring out everything today.
Perfect. And the campaign will be done by tomorrow. It'll be wonderful. So last we left the party, there's a little bit of rest and recuperation. You were in Port Ferris, hanging out at a tavern, an inn really, enjoying and resting and healing up because I believe, despite it being written on the overlays, I think we forgot that Vincent had a healing and herbalism proficiency somehow. So we hired a doctor.
Hard to use when you've been shot so much.
So we hired a doctor, and now everything is fine and hunky-dory and dandy. And yeah, here we are. It is Friday, September 19th. We've rested. Everyone's back at full HP. The goblin menace has been defeated, or at least driven back. And the party is ready to someone fill in that sentence.
Figure out where we're going next.
Yes, we've got two main possibilities. The first is to go take some revenge on the goblins, see if they've looted anything from the ruins. They seem like the type that would do so. The other is to go check out the ruins as we originally were going to. The actual ruins, like the stuff we were told that there were some inscriptions somewhere north.
On the mountain, and yet we weren't on the mountain. We were in a ruins.
Yes. We're looking for
I think we're done.
The runes, not the ruins. Extra vowel changes everything. So unless there's anything you need to do in town, let's just head right back out, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm just giving you the momentary pause to make sure that you've made a conscious decision that you need no more supplies. And that way, when you realize you need more supplies later and you forgot like a torch or a rope or something, then I can be like, well, you didn't get it in town. And it's
All
perfect.
right. Since you propose, does this place have a weaponsmith or a bowyer?
They do have a bowyer. There is someone who will buy and sell weapons, but they're not making them. It's a used marketplace.
A case of crossbow bolts?
Absolutely. You can easily get a case of crossbow bolts. How many are in a case?
10 per case.
Fantastic. Weapons, bolts, you have a light crossbow, is it?
Yes.
All right, they're a silver each. You want 10, that's 10 silver. Now, to be clear here, when you buy and sell things, you're doing it on company time. You should use company resources. When you get paid 100 gold at the end of the month, or at the beginning of a month, that's your money. And just like when you do things for work in the real world, when you do things for work in the D&D world, you get your employer to cover the costs. Now, if you want to use your own finances, you are more than welcome to. But I encourage you to think of Vincent as a pocketbook.
Edgar can't read. He'll get the receipt to him when he's done.
Perfect.
10 silver, not a gold. Important distinction in this local economy.
You start flashing around gold, people are going to start asking questions. Where'd you get that gold?
Exactly. Pays, takes the case, walks on out. Refund me at a later date. Hands the receipt to Vincent.
Yes,
Assuming
of course.
it's not just like a random squiggle that the merchant wrote for him.
Yeah, it's probably just like a random squiggle, if anything at all. It's like a little piece of clay that he like put some ticks into and just handed you the clay that's like slowly drying in your hand.
All right, I'm ready.
Great, so I take it the last time we were headed towards the ruins, written ruins, we happened to pass through the ruins, building ruins.
Right.
Cool, how about we start at the building ruins and then see where to go from there.
All right. And just to be overly clear and abundantly on top of everything. When we go up to the ruins, are we going to sail in the boat up the coast, or are we going to walk up the coastline?
That's a good
We
call.
can't get the boat out in town at the moment.
Yes. We will first head up a little bit, and then we will sail the rest of the way.
Get our map to about accuracy here. Very close.
Assuming we can find somewhere out of sight to deploy Rift Dancer.
Yeah, well, you can leave Port Ferris and just get... There's a lot of jungle. There's a lot of coverage of things. It makes it very easy to like walk away from. Call it.
Because my personal knowledge of sailing is not that great, is a rowboat not as good as the boat in terms of travel?
Absolutely.
Even across the shallows? Okay.
Yes, it's much slower. It takes more effort. And it's less stable. Yeah.
Great.
All right. Well, the party gets your stuff, walks out of town, finds a nice cozy little cove where no one can see you. Put the box in the water, say the magic words. Box unfolds into a boat in a very brief period of time. You all hop in the boat, set the sails, and the boat sort of gently helps guide you. It's got just a little bit of... You think it's like creating a little bit of wind behind the sails to kind of give it some motion, even if it's quite dull. And off we go up the coast until we come back to the same spot where we made landfall before, and we head into the jungle, and we return to the ruins, which are way down over here where we were last. The bodies of the goblins are all gone by now. You can find a few, if you're looking around, you'll find a couple little spots where there's like, oh yeah, this is probably a goblin finger that got left behind, and it's mostly bones now. Whatever has happened in the last week since you've been here includes all the creatures of the jungle feasting upon the little goblin bodies, as they ought to.
Has it rained in the time we've been away?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like a little bit of rain every day, essentially.
What do you say to tracking the goblins, Gary? Think you can do it?
I was thinking exactly
too long?
that. Yes, it depends how long it's been, and it's been a while, and considering there's been rain, as you say. But I can give it a shot. Maybe one came back recently, and plus dragging their bodies, perhaps.
Mm-mm.
Well, something's been in the bodies, if it's not their own people.
Aye.
They're not people, they're goblins. Important distinction.
Yeah, so your
Very
penalty is atrocious, because every 12 hours since the trail was made is a -1. So you're sitting at a -12 for that, because it's been 6 days. However, thick brush, vines, and reeds adds 3, so you're only down to a -9. And then every hour of rain is a -5. And you probably had 2, so you're at like a -19 on your tracking check.
It's
So
possible
20?
they came past yesterday, though, right?
It's true. Yes, if you're just looking for what happened 6 days ago, -19. But if they were just here a minute ago or earlier today or something, well, that would be a much better check. So why don't you roll it? I'll do the math in my head based on the true penalties you're receiving. And with a natural 21 or natural 8 modified 21, subsequently modified, you find no goblin tracks. You will
I think
find
the coast is clear.
you will find tracks of snakes and spiders and some sort of hooved creature in the area. Certainly lots of little insects have been in and around. Spider webs have come and gone since you've been here last.
I wonder why they were randomly waiting for us at the ruins last time.
We are a party of 4.
Well, seems like it'll be difficult to track them down, so let's go towards our original goal. But first, maybe something will turn up here if we look around again. We didn't find anything the first time, but we got quickly onset by goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get all your memories before?
I did.
We
Yeah.
didn't search the other ruined rooms, only the one you stood in for quite a bit.
Yeah, can we all spread? Well, first make sure there's no goblins in the area, and then we'll spread out and search.
Yeah. How, just out of curiosity, how do you make sure there's no goblins in the area? Is that like sending party members out to scout around, or is that just giving a good look-see? How do we
I think it would
establish
be giving, well, in my opinion, and these 3 fine bodyguards can decide to do something different if they like. It's just taking a quick walk around and taking a look-see.
Great.
I think so, but we should follow the buddy principle. You
Pairs
know,
of 2.
in survival situations. Gotta have a buddy.
Not going
So,
that far.
who's
are
gonna
we?
be my buddy?
I'll be your buddy, Gary.
Excellent.
Okay. You guys go clockwise around, and we'll go anti-clockwise.
Sounds good.
To perimeter.
Now, Ranger friend, you rolled a 21 on your tracking check. You're looking around. You are going to see some more tracks that you come across. They're not goblin tracks, but it is some sort of large cat track, and you can't quite tell which cat track it is. You don't know what cats are native to this island, but it does have that big paw print that is very identifiable as like a jaguar or a leopard or a tiger or a lion or a mountain lion or, you know, one of these bigger kitty cats. You see
That's
some.
look like. Oh,
No, go ahead.
looks like there's a big cat about. Right. Be
Mhm.
careful. Watch your backs.
We have each other's.
I'm gonna look up into the trees and just check there isn't like a, I don't know, panther or something up there ready to drop down.
Well, not in that tree, but there's a lot of trees. There's
I
Lot
will
of
look at a
trees.
lot of trees as we go along.
I'm looking at the bushes.
It takes a while for the party to reconvene. You find no obvious large cats waiting to pounce upon you, but who knows? Maybe it's a displacer beast hiding in the shadows. And the party can reconvene in the little ruins and look around, and you will find no additional memories, no signs of anything ancient or old. These ruins have been, you know, pretty easily and well exposed for thousands of years. There's essentially no chance that something has been undiscovered in them or unbothered by a creature. You can confirm that for yourself, unless it's like a secret something buried underneath one of these stones. Maybe if you like unearthed all of the stonework here, you'd find something secret, but that sounds like a couple days worth of work.
All right, what a shame. Well, onwards to the ruins.
Onward. Well, we will progress through the jungle until, sure enough, you climb up and up and up this mountain, and where people had said, you find like a cliff face with words scrawled all over it, ancient runes in the language of magic. And as
Very
you
good.
approach these runes, you get a notice from your little amulet of 2 memories.
Great. I will let the party know and choose a nice place against a cliff wall to sit as I channel through the memories.
They are both fairly short. One memory is from you being on a hillside far to the south, and the thought is someone sort of like looking across the island, seeing this cliffside, and thinking to themselves, the Northwest Inertial Anchor. I'm sorry, the Northwest Inertial Actuator is there, and then kind of turning. The entrance is here, and then looking at like a cliff face, And there's just like, it's a rough cliff face and with a little tiny hole in it. And they say they're saying aloud, the secret keyhole is here. And then they just have like a stick they've picked up off the ground and they slide it into the hole and the wall next to them just disappears entirely. And the memory ends. And the second memory is very, very similar, but instead of like being up on a rise, you're like near a cliff with some water between you, like a coastline between you and the mountain. And it's the same thoughts. It's the northwest inertial actuator is there. The entrance is here. And instead of being on the right side, it's on the left side. And the keyhole is here. And they also have, this time it's not like a random stick they picked up off the ground. It looks like a wand. And they slide the wand into a hole. And like a wall begins to fade before them. And the memory ends.
I've discovered something very useful. I look around to see if I can see the same wall as the memories.
No, these memories are from far away. They are from, 20, 30 miles away. You're looking at like a mountain off in the distance from this memory. And you are now, you can tell underneath, you're at the cliff face that this memory is associated with. The northwest inertial actuator is what this cliff face and these runes on the cliff are.
I see. Are these the type of runes, as I study them, that I can read, or will it help to have a read magic?
A read magic spell would be extremely useful here. Without it, these are just sort of like markings of magic. However, what's your specialty? Because you're a specialist cleric, right? Wizard, right?
Yes, I'm a transmutation wizard.
Okay.
Transmuter. There was a different name for it.
Alteration and transmutation are the two names for your subclass. Yeah. You can tell that these runes have something to do with motion. Because you can kind of think of like wizarding magic sort of like complex physics, where like, this symbol kind of is associated with this concept, and that symbol is often associated with this concept, and you sort of need to run them together and connect them in certain ways to form a full system, like a full equation. With a read magic spell, you would be able to get a much better picture of what these mean. Magic is encoded.
Fantastic, I will cast read magic.
Did you have one memorized for today?
Of course I did. We're going to go read some runes.
So smart. No combat spells, just read magic. Love it. Yes. The first thing you can tell is that these runes are incomplete. They obviously used to be more, but they must have been like broken away, or like a landslide destroyed part of the cliff, and you're only getting a segment of what was like a much larger systems of markings. This will immediately tell you that whatever power these runes once held is long destroyed. These runes are for motion. They have a repeated pattern, but most of the runes are missing, destroyed probably by like landslides or weathering or intentional destruction. The old runes that you can get here, like as I said before, it's like a little bit of an equation. And what you can see of this equation is that like it's on the top line, and then the next line down, it's sort of repeating the same equation. On the next line down, it's sort of repeating the same equation, or like fragments of it. And it's a bit weird. You've been studying magic for a long time. And this, I'm going to have to make another analogy because magic doesn't actually make any real sense. But what you're looking at here is sort of like looking at a design for an old incandescent light bulb. And if you were going to design a light bulb, you would probably design an LED, which takes basically no power and just produces light. And these runes are these very simple, very direct, like I'm trying to create motion runes, but there's not a lot of like control applied to these runes. It would be like trying to summon, like trying to use a lot of electricity to run through a small fiber just to produce the light, but in addition to producing the light, you're producing like heat and other things. So these runes are like kind of almost a primitive design to create a lot of motion, but would probably have some unintended consequences or have some sort of like complications down the road. It's a very old way of doing things that would take way too much power to achieve the desired motion based on the little fragment that you have here.
Okay, I try to tie in what I believe an actuator is from the memories. What is an actuator, if that might ring a bell?
I think Vincent knows the word actuator. It means like a part that moves another thing. Like it could be like a little motor that like, you know, creates like an actuator on a crank would be like the lever that you turn, and then it turns something else and turns something else. Yeah.
Cool. Do we have are we high enough up to get a good view of the island? Are we high up on a mountain right now?
You are, but there's a lot of jungle around you, and so even though you're high up, like the trees still from, you know, 10 feet to the side and 15 feet down, they still are tall enough to kind of blind your view of the remaining sections of the island. You don't think you can see the places where these memories were had, but maybe if you were in those places, you could see this spot, if that makes sense. Maybe not. These memories are from a long, long time ago.
Okay, that's fair. I'll using the memories as a reference, where they said this was to the northwest, right? That's the northwest actuator. They probably were looking northwest.
This spot where you are is on the northeast side of the island, and one of the memories had you looking like across some water and seeing some sort of like landscape. So it might be something down here. It might be here. It might be here. Also, it's been like 3,000 years. Maybe the land is just not there anymore. And the other looked across the island in a long way, and you could see a lagoon. So probably something where this lagoon sits between you and the mountain. So maybe down here, or maybe it's these other mountains over here, because you did have like an elevated view from that point of view as well. But where
That's
exactly?
Interesting. And they called this the northwest actuator.
They did call it the northwest actuator, but it's on the northeast side of the island.
How bizarre.
What do you think that means? Anyone in the party, please give me your thoughts.
I
Could
mean,
be that island to the east.
there's a few islands off of Flotsam.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's for the big old pool, because we're on the northwest of everything.
Oh, you mean like the northwest of the Dardanelles? Because you're sitting on the north. It's a circle, so it's not quite a corner, but this island is the northwest side of the Dardanelles.
Thinking big.
Interesting.
Turn off the whirlpool.
What?
Would be nice.
What if the whirlpool is the engine that moves the entire chain of islands?
What
I
the?
don't think the islands themselves.
They move.
Unless they do.
We're talking about some very, very ancient magic here. Some very powerful magic from the past.
Did the tide pool of the Dardanelles always existed?
What kind of history do we know about this giant whirlpool in the middle of the Dardanelles?
Well, there's a lot of gossip and a lot of rumor and a lot of speculation, and it's really hard to know what the truth is. Some say that this whirlpool was created by Malchus during the time between the last age and this age. We're currently in the Age of Iron. The previous age was the Age of Might, or you might call it the Age of Faith, where great, powerful, magical kingdoms sort of ruled the world and produced also most of like the magical artifacts and items and all the +1 swords that you can find all over the world. They were built in the last age, and the last age ended with this abrupt catastrophe where the You know, some people say that the people got too greedy and the gods destroyed them. Some people say that the world was out of balance and so the gods wrecked everything. Lands were split apart, islands were destroyed, whole areas rose from the sea. It was sort of like a soft reset of the world a little bit, and most of the systems that existed at that time, like political, institutional, mechanical systems, all sort of broke down with great earthquakes and storms and floods and tides and lightning strikes and that sort of thing. So, go ahead.
I was wondering if there was anything particularly notable about the Dardanelles being a cause of the Great Calamity.
Yeah. Well, it's a giant whirlpool. Some people think that it was created at that time. Some people think it was created by the god Malchus because it's a whirlpool and his symbol is also sort of, it's not actually a whirlpool, but it looks very whirlpool-like. Some people say the Dardanelles has always been this way since the dawn of time. Some people say it's a creation of the White Prince, and something that he has made. He's like the ruler of this area. Some people say that it's a important facet of the world, that this is where souls go when you die, as they get siphoned down into this whirlpool-like thing, and it's the exit point of reality for all the souls that pass on to the next life. But the true is sort of unknown. During this great calamity, a lot of information was lost about how the world was and history. You know, there's a couple hundred years where a lot of death and destruction, a lot of writings gone, and then just people didn't have an opportunity to pass on all their knowledge correctly. Bit of a dark age.
Vincent, when was the Ferran Empire a thing? Was it ages ago or this age?
Ages ago.
Yeah. So maybe this land looked a lot different back then.
Yes, could be. I remember, and I glance out across the... Is it right to call that an ocean? A bay, probably? I glance out across the bay from our higher vantage point at that southeast island, which I believe stirred a memory when I looked at it before.
This
Further
one?
down. Yeah, right there.
This one here.
Oh, no. Yeah, there.
Mm.
Do I sense anything coming from that? I believe I sensed something from that area the last time.
You don't this time. It just looks like, a little mountain range sticking out of the water.
Cool. Do I see any signs of this Djarpe?
No. The people in Port Ferris told you it was a tiny little village, and the trees here are so thick that you'd have to essentially stumble upon it before you found it.
Okay. I tell the crew, well, I think we've found everything we can here. I sense that we should explore this small thing over here, this island. We can stop by here, sail past it on the way, just to see if there's anything interesting over there.
I couldn't see your markings. Could you show me again?
Yes, the island to the southeast of there. So we'll just, I guess, plan to do a sail by as we actually go to the ultimate destination of that southeast mountain.
Okay, so we're going to go here, and then we're going to go here, and then we're going to go somewhere else, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Party gets into the boat. Well, comes back down the mountainside.
We see any other boats when we're up there?
You do see there is a decent-sized vessel that is just sort of heading this way, leaving Port Ferris. Not coming along any coastlines or anything.
To be honest, the scope of what you're all saying seems a bit too big.
That's why we're here. We're trying to find big things.
Big ambitions. I like it.
As you come down and out of the mountain, this is not going to be too unusual for those of you who are from the Dardanelles, but those of you who are not might take pause when you see a giant centipede. It's like, you know, the size of a small dog around, but it must be like 15 feet long, 20 feet long. And it's just got, you know, it's hundreds, thousands, whatever number of legs, and it's just sort of creeping and crawling across the floor. I don't know if there's any interest in odd creatures, but this is the sort of thing you'll see a lot of in this area. Does anyone have an interest to play with the giant centipede?
Are any of you from? Are any of you from the Dardanelles?
Yeah, Gary is.
Ah, very useful.
There you go. I'd leave that thing alone. I don't think they're very fast. All we gotta do is kind of jog around it, and you'll be fine.
Are those normal?
Good.
I mean, they're not like common, but you know, you see them about.
About?
Yeah, about in the jungle. You know,
Get
hopefully
about
not
out
in your
of here.
village or in your
Get a
chicken
boat
pen.
in there. Let's go.
Terrifying.
All right. Well, party, you head out of the mountains, you make it back down to the beach, and you get ready to hop in your boat and sail away. And we're headed to this island nearby.
Mhm.
Okay.
With the big crab on it.
I didn't even see the crab. Yes, the one with the giant crab. Okay.
I hear there's giant crabs on this island.
As big as houses.
Giant enemy crab.
All right, party. Let's set out. We are going, about 5 miles. It'll take you about like an hour and a half to get there. And you'll note that, you know, the whirlpool spins in this direction. So as you sail this way, you actually kind of have to sail against the current so that you'll get pushed. And this path becomes this path eventually. And you'll make it to this little island over here. It's just a little place. You don't really see much in the way of civilization over here. It has some trees, but the ground appears to be a little bit too rocky and maybe not quite dirty enough to sustain a proper jungle sort of settlement. On the far south side of the island, you will note a small-ish shrine. The only way that you can actually tell that it's here is that someone has built a large fire within the shrine that sort of makes it act as a beacon, shining light out. Even during the daylight, you can see like a little glint, almost like when you see a car drive up a mountain from like 5 miles away and the sunlight glints off of the windshield and you can kind of like, ooh, there's a car on the mountain. You get that sort of like glinting light coming out of this small shrine on the south side of this unnamed rocky island.
Interesting. As a place of interest, and seems like it won't be much of a detour, I direct the ship that way, and
Yeah.
we'll take a brief embarkation.
We make our way over to towards the little shrine. And, Vincent, will you roll me a d20, please? High is generally good for you, low is generally bad for you. Yeah, you can get your way over here towards where this shrine is, and you can see the coastline around it is a little softer. It's a little bit more beachy. There's a little bit more foliage over here. And right on one section, like the beach kind of has this nice soft landing, and then it picks up for a rocky bit, a cliff that rises maybe 15 feet out of the water, maybe 20 feet out of the water. And then it's on top of this little cliff thing that this small stone shrine is made. Looks like rocks that have been piled, like natural rocks, not quarried stone, but just rocks that have been piled. The roof does appear to also be made out of some sort of slate stone, some like long, thin, flat suckers. But climbing up, or more like clinging onto the side of the cliff, not actually going anywhere, is a giant crab, like, 4.5 feet across, with, big red shell and 2 huge pincers, and it's just sort of awkwardly sideways perched on the cliff. And as the waves crash against it and the water sprays up onto it, the crab just sort of vibes in the sunshine and the moisture. These sorts of giant crabs are semi-sentient, like not language sentient, but smarter than the average crab. Some of you will have had encounters with them before. They are carnivorous. Yeah, but they're also crabs, so like, you know, not the most intelligent of creatures. And it's just sort of perched below the shrine with the light.
Well, I guess all the wildlife is just that big here.
Aye. If there's one, there'll probably be more as well, so, you know,
They're gonna
hiding under
swarm.
the water. Waiting.
Why did
Should
it
we
have to
make
be
land?
crabs?
The
Well,
shrine looks more Dardonian than Ferrin, though, right? Think there'll be something there.
Could be, could be.
I think it's
Wait,
worth
what
a
was that?
brief look. Is the crab perched in such a spot that it could like easily crawl onto the shrine, essentially? The area?
It could crawl up the cliff. You suspect.
Yeah.
If it can get this high, why couldn't it go the rest of the way? Yeah.
Someone keep an eye on it. Make sure it doesn't come for us.
Yeah, I think it might be fine to just point sharp weapons at it, visit the shrine very briefly, then come back.
I'm putting on my armor.
How long is that going to take?
10 minutes. 5 if one of you help.
I'll help.
Right.
Help me with mine.
You armor up, face off the enemy crab.
You get out.
Studded leather.
You get out the gambesons, the chain, the studded leather. You put it all on as you're bobbing near the shoreline. Push the boat on shore, turn it back into a box. Someone wades in the water to pick up the box. And you start making your way up the cliffside towards the shrine. As we approach the shrine, we can see that it is not entirely unoccupied. There's some windows in it, which is allowing the light to come out, some just big gaping holes where the stones don't go. And you can see a figure within that seems to be moving about a little bit. You're maybe 50 feet from the shrine. There's definitely a big old fire raging in there, and there's smoke coming out through a couple of different spots in the ceiling. Rather than one giant chimney, there appears to be several small ones separating the smoke out into tiny little streams instead of one big, thick pitch.
Do any of you know what shrine this god is? Do any of you know what god this shrine is dedicated to? I ask as I also think about it.
There are
Honestly, it reminds me of a lighthouse.
there are
The
no
lighthouse
markings.
Looks like the
Right.
firekeeper's home.
I don't see any reason why we can't just walk up and say hi.
All right.
Let one of us walk first, so you don't get shot. Multiple
Sure.
times.
I wouldn't want to get crabbed either.
I'll go first. I got my leather on.
Right.
Less imposing.
Yeah. Two Machetes walks on up towards the shrine, and as you approach it, a figure from within comes to a doorway. It's a middle-aged woman, sort of whitish hair, but no wrinkles on the face yet. She's got a big old amulet hanging around her neck of a downwards pointed spear, a symbol of Verasi, goddess of death and destruction. But her attitude is so friendly. She gives you a wave and says, "Hi there."
Hello.
Nice weather.
Well, it's not the worst. You can see that she is sweating. It's hot. Also, she's standing next to a giant fire, so makes sense. She comes to the edge, takes a step outside, reaches out a hand to shake Gary Two Machetes' hand, and says, I'm Mother Eleanor, cleric of Verasi, goddess of death, destruction, the afterlife, and moving on from your problems. Who are you?
I'm Gary, a survivalist and all-around survivalist. Nice to meet you. These are my companions, Edgard, the dwarf, as you might be able to tell, and Billy, the man. And then, of course, we have our patron here, the merchant, Mr. Vincent. He makes maps.
She waves. Well, welcome to the shrine. Has someone died recently in your life and you're here to help them move on, pay respects? A friend turned into a zombie somehow? Need a way to cure that? What can I do for you?
No, I'm afraid that we're just sightseeing. This is a shrine to Veracity, then, I take it?
Absolutely. Here to help you move on from your current life to the next one when you're ready, or help you move on and destroy the problems that you may have. What sort of problems do you have that I can help you destroy?
Well,
We're a bit scared of those giant crabs lurking over the cliff. They give you any trouble?
What crabs?
You seen the giant
Giant
crab down there?
crabs.
She shakes her head. I wasn't aware that we had giant crabs here. Is this some sort of ploy to get me near the edge of the cliff so you can throw me off and take my shrine?
Would strongly
Absolutely
advise you not go near the cliff edge.
I wasn't
Because
going
of the
to.
giant crabs.
Right. Not the strange men at my doorstep.
yeah, we're just sightseeing. I don't suppose you know anything about the ruins on the northern side of the other island.
The ones carved into the mountains?
Yeah, those.
They're old. Real old. But that's, weird wizard magic stuff from an age ago. I practiced the divine, the true magic. Not this silly fuddy-duddy trying to recreate the divine by their own hands nonsense.
That makes sense. Are there any other silly runes you know of anywhere?
She is going to just make a quick little charisma check here. Assess what this guy's really after. Thinks it's nothing. And she'll mention, well, not here, but as I have traveled around at least the north section of the Dardanelles, I have seen some others on some other islands. Alba Island has some runes. Rocky Ridge has some runes. I think near Hookfin Island I saw some as well. There's a bunch of folks poking around. A former mentor of mine was extremely interested in the markings on Rocky Ridge and Hookfin. The Deadlands.
Oh, was your mentor also a cleric, or was this more of a wizardy type?
Well, I say mentor, I mean supervisor, and yes, more of a wizardy type. But the Deadlands have some ruins. Well, there's not runes or ruins, but it is the whole island was destroyed in some sort of ancient thing. If you're looking for the very old, the very, very old. And I don't know, maybe the mountain on Summerland Island. I've never been, but that's a big ass mountain, and if I were gonna make some weird magical stuff, I'd probably do it on the mountain in Summerland. Seems like an appropriately tall place, But what do I know about arcane stuff? I'm just here to help the poor souls navigate their life.
Well, you're helping the living as well. That was very helpful. Thank you.
My pleasure. Can I ask why you're interested in these runes, since I've volunteered my information so clearly?
We're just simply sightseers looking around the area for all sorts of interesting things. That's what brought us to your shrine. What a magnificent monument you've established here. Smile.
That sounded very
Was there-
genuine.
An older temple here, or is this the only temple that's ever been here? Also, why is it here?
Well, I am the creator of this one. I built it myself. If there was another temple on this site before, I don't know. And I built it here because, these days the goddess Ferocity gets a bad rap. Everyone's all, death and destruction, death and destruction. But she's not just death and destruction. She helps us move on. It's the ending of things so new things can begin. It's the space between. It's the closing of a door. It's not a bad thing. She's not an evil goddess. And I thought that it would be helpful to the world if there was a fresh perspective where the people could see the good side of Verasi. Not the death and destruction, but the endings of suffering, the ready to move on to the next phase of your life, the closure aspect of our dear goddess. She's the one who brings you from this life to the next. It's a very peaceful thing, I think. They say. I assume. I have faith in.
People need to learn to move on. That's
Exactly.
a thing people need.
Yes. Don't need to hold on to our grudges. Don't need to hold on to our past problems. Just move on and enjoy the new.
Cool.
What to
Side
do
note
if she
for a
knocks at your
moment.
door, but you're not ready?
Excuse me?
What to
Sorry,
do
go
if
ahead,
she
Neal.
knocks at your door, but you're not ready?
Well, when she
Answer.
knocks on your door, it's your time, whether you think you're ready or not. And I think a lot of people aren't. And that's why you need someone to help you move on.
Well, we'll just leave that giant crab then.
Of course you will.
Side note, how common knowledge is it that Verasi is at war with Arcadia?
Super common. Yeah.
Okay, I know the guy we met first in Port Ferris didn't know, right? There was someone asking about it.
Yeah, he was sort of like, what's going on over there? You're from Arcadia, so everyone there knows about it. This person, I mean, she's a cleric of Verasi, and she doesn't know. That'd be weird.
Got it. Is there a generally accepted, will Verasi be openly hostile towards Arcadians, or is this just a localized war, not all out war?
Right. So, there's the clearly evil Empire of Verasi, who is using the goddess of death and destruction as their leadership figure, and getting spells from her. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's her only aspect, right? So if the proper Empire ran into just a random Arcadian, I don't think they would care you don't think they would care very much. No? What's a good example? If the year was 2010 and you met somebody walking down the street who was from Afghanistan, you wouldn't care one bit, because the war is not with Afghanistan, with the people of Afghanistan. It's with, the Taliban or Al-Qaeda or something like that. Similarly, a person from Arcadia isn't the problem. It's the two empires quarreling. So, does that help?
It does, thanks. Well, thank you very much for your hospitality. Oh, by the way, I point towards the island to the south. We're thinking about sightseeing over there. Do you know anything about that little mountain area?
I do, and I'm here to help you with your problems. I have seen there's a little harbor or a little inlet or something over there, and I do see some boats go and hide out in that little harbor or inlet from time to time. And sometimes these people have forgotten to take down their black and white skull and crossbones flags before arriving at the island. I think it's a little pirate cove. And, well, cleric-client confidentiality and all. I can only tell you what I've observed outside of any help I may have given them.
Are they affiliated with Captain Jackie?
Don't know.
Well, thanks for that information. We might have just sailed into a pirate cove without knowing. Thank you.
I'm here to help you.
I look
We're
around
just
to-
about to do that.
I look to see if there's some sort of offering bowl to Verasi here.
You're just kind of standing outside. You could maybe position a little bit different, looking through one of these windows where there's like a raging bonfire in the middle of everything. And sure enough, there's a couple of little statuettes all around, the different aspects of Verasi, the like Grim Reaper, the Destroyer of Worlds, the like Aider of Suffering, blah, 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 blah. And there's little offering bowls and little prayer rugs around them, so you can go and like find the aspect of the deity that you are wanting to engage with at that moment and make a little offering and say a little prayer.
I will just very not in a dismissive way, but I will respectfully but quickly put 1 copper into each of the bowls.
Well, that's very sweet. She gives you a smile as you do so, and tells you that if you ever have any other help that you need, she's here for you. Remember,
Thank you. Giving
Rossi's
Verasi a great name.
she's one of the 4 big gods, just as important as the others, and she's not evil. Remember that.
I think to myself, is Verasi like actually evil?
A copper a day keeps death at bay. Puts in a copper. Evil is a matter of perspective. I can say that.
Great. Well, I discussed with the crew that area. From this area, as I look towards the Pirate Cove, now that we know it's Pirate Cove, do any memories stir? And I believe that was the thing I was looking at when we were going towards the ruins originally, right? This little Pirate Cove?
This little
apparently?
pirate cove. Okay, I'm blanking when you say the thing I looked at originally on the way.
Yes, some last time when we were going up towards the ruins, I looked, I believe it was southeast towards something. I believe it was that Pirate Cove, and you let me know there was a memory there.
Oh, that you had a memory associated with that cove?
Yes.
I didn't write down the memories that I told you. I improvised them, and I forgot what I told you. Do you remember what I said? I'm so sorry.
I didn't get a memory, but I had a feeling there was something there, essentially.
Oh.
Perhaps a memory.
Well,
And I wasn't absolutely sure it was that particular 3-mountain island chain, but I thought it was.
oh, okay, but it might have just been the view of looking at the islands, not a view from the
yes.
islands.
That's right.
Gotcha. Yeah, looking at it from over here doesn't ring any bells.
Okay. But it was this island that I was looking at from the northwest.
Yes.
Great. All right.
Are we still heading out to what we now know to be Pirate Cove, sir?
That sounds dangerous.
Yes. But if that's what you wish, sir.
We could row over to the north side away from the cove and come up from a alternate angle, perhaps, but I wouldn't advise sailing into the Pirate Cove.
Yes, that sounds like good advice. We clearly don't want to encounter the pirates, but the island bears exploration. So yes, I think rowing there is a good idea.
All right.
What side's the Pirate Cove on? Is it on the south?
Nope, it's on the north side.
Oh, maybe not rowing then. I was thinking it was on the south.
I think we'll get spotted if we do.
Yes. We could always do a zoom round onto the south. We're pretty good sailors. Let's just go fast. And they won't have time to deal with us before we're on land and out of sight.
Well,
We don't know how many there are.
And I do want to stress that the current of the water goes this way. So when you sail southward, you are sailing at a much slower rate than when you sail northward. You have to work against the tides.
Well,
I'm
that's all my
getting-
advice gone to pot.
So maybe we should cut back to Port Ferris and approach from the south.
What's it like rowing? How fast do you move when you just row a boat?
If you are in like relatively still waters and it's not overladen, you can probably row this sort of vessel at maybe a little bit better than walking speed. So instead of like 3 miles an hour, maybe you're rowing at 4 or 5 miles an hour. But considering the movement, hold on, let me look up my unnecessarily complicated movement and water sheets. Let's see, the speeds for the outer, the wind speed is 12, the water speed is 2. You're probably going at movement rate 8, at movement rate like 14 or something. No, probably, sorry. Back against the wind. So if you were going with the current and you had a good sail, you would be going at movement speed 14 without like actually rowing. If you are rowing and going with the current, you could go from like 14 to 24 or something like that pretty easily. If you're going against the current, you could put that down, maybe a little bit of going at. You're probably going at movement speed like 10, 8 to 10, something like that. So probably 2.5 miles an hour. Less than walking speed against the current.
I have a concern going from Port Ferris to Island Cove. Everyone will see us sail directly there.
Mm-hmm.
And quite a few... I think this island's not under the rule of the White Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Quite literally, brigands and pirates base here.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should expect company and reinforcements if we do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can take a 2-hour row there. You're up to it, right, man?
I'd love to put away my chainmail.
We'd go faster if you could cast that magical spell on us you told us about. Rowing's quite a strength-intensive job.
We talk about
Sounds
this
good to
away
me.
from Eleanor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ring Dancer can become a rowboat, can't it?
Oh my god. I'm guessing Eleanor probably didn't see us do that.
She was in the building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
Cool. Well, we'll go towards the shore, try to find a place where, line of sight, it's plausible we could have taken a rowboat here from Eleanor, and then we'll turn into a rowboat and begin. I'll cast 3 strengths on my crew.
Whoa! Well, everyone is a warrior subclass of some kind, so go ahead and roll me a d8 for... Why don't you each roll a d8 for your own strength? That sounds more fun.
Come on.
Oh!
6, 9,
Oh.
18, 10.
Oh!
1810.
That's 14 plus 7, so that'd be 1840.
Oof.
How do I include the 40?
Dot 4. 18.4, yeah.
Oh my god.
Is it good?
I think roll
Yeah.
18.
This is very good. All right. Well, 1 hour per level. You are 6th level. And with 3 burly, strapping men heaving at the oars, your boat practically skips across the water. And you can make it there not in almost 2 hours, but much closer to like 45 minutes as these people heave and hoe and heft and row. And you approach the island. Why don't we take a short break right here and come back on the other side with a little... Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. Our party has approached this little cove, this little pirate cove. And as you do so, Vincent, oh, does the memory flood back to you. This is the view. this is exactly the view that you had from the memory that you had of the mountain, where someone was looking across the water and up the coastline and looking at a whole, and you can see the cliff face, and you can direct your people to row in the direction of where that memory originated. Yeah, this should be the right track for us. You can approach the cliffs, rowing against the tide, keeping the sails down so not to have to deal with the wind. You can come right up to this like quiet, gentle little cove, and from here you have the exact same viewpoint if you reconnect that memory back towards the mountain. And sure enough, this cove just dead ends in a wall, just walls on 3 sides, little section to get out of. And sure enough, just as in the memory you had, there's like a crevice or a little crack in the wall where someone had stuck a wand and it made an entire section of wall vanish.
Oh, it's here.
It's here.
Fantastic.
This is the spot. You already found it.
Incredible.
Yeah. Incredible.
Wall.
Do any of you have a pokey stick?
Hands a
Spear,
singular.
javelins.
Oh.
What are you looking for?
Something that fits this hole. I look at the crevice and I petition the group to come up with something that fits here.
I can take off one of the
Torch.
iron heads off of my bolts.
Crowbar.
Fishing rod.
A bolt sounds right.
Hands a bolt.
You strip the feathers, you strip the arrowhead, the bolt head, you slide it, and sure enough, this section of wall that's like 20 feet wide and 30 feet tall or something like that, just fizzles before your very eyes. It's 40 feet wide and 30 feet tall. It fizzles before your eyes, revealing a water channel that flows into a well-constructed area.
Wow.
Wasn't expecting that.
This is something.
Let's
Yeah.
get some perspective also. So, did we see a pirate cove entrance off to the side? We didn't go to that one, right?
This is the cove. You
Oh,
think?
this is the pirate cove. Okay.
It's very cove-like, so yeah, probably. The waterway is like 200 feet long, and it just sort of stretches into this indoor area that doesn't have anything in the way of lighting, so it's just it's a dim zone that you can sort of see, but it's much darker in there than it is outside, so you can't really make out much other than a long water channel with like stone walls on all the sides and a couple of those I forget what they're called, what you tie your boat to, the little pylons that stick up. There's a term for it.
Can you
Edgard, what do your dwarf eyes see?
I'd have to stand on solid ground. I'm standing on a moving boat right now. I don't see any people.
Gary, do you think this area has been used? Do the pirates know about this? I kind of gesture towards the ground that I'm standing on here.
Are we on ground or are we on a boat? At the
You are
moment?
currently on your boat, not unless you wanted to sail in, but I didn't hear anyone say I go into the mysterious, magical, disappearing area.
Is this it, Vincent? Do we go in?
This is
There
it.
might be
I wonder if
pirates.
the pirates know about it. Are there any signs that the pirates may know about it?
There's no boat in the waterway. It's clearly some form of dock, but there's no boat in it. The area on the inside, you would really need to go in and explore it to know if it is in use. It's a big zone and you're on the very edge of it and you're having trouble seeing.
Does it look like the area that we're in right now, would it serve enough for a pirate cove?
Oh yeah, I mean
Or-
it's at least 200 feet deep with walls on landing spices on either side. And then,
I mean, before the wall disappeared.
Oh, no. It was, there was no place to land your boat. Like, you could put a boat in here and just kind of chill in the cove, but you couldn't get off. There's no shore. There's nowhere to walk away from. If you were to come in here, you'd just be You could be hidden if you were just hiding from someone for a little bit, but it would be an awkward place to make permanent camp.
Okay, that sounds like the pirates do know about this.
I can look for tracks once we're on solid ground, and I suggest we all put our armor on.
When we're on solid ground.
Sure, let's head in. This is a great discovery.
I'll light
Hopefully
the
they don't know.
torch.
Okay. Just finishing up some light blockers on our map over here. That way you don't see everything immediately.
When we get in, I can... This is well made. I can check the stonework.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you brought me along, right, Vincent?
Mm-hmm.
Among many other reasons.
Almost. That's good enough, I think. I think that's good enough. Okay, party. Let's bring you in. You'll need tokens, though. Vincent, Etgard, Ewan, Gary, and your boat should probably be bigger than this tiny token. What if your boat is size? There we go. And we're gonna need a little bit of lighting. And the bright light can be for 100 feet, and the dim light can be 150. Perfect. And you can see, I think this is going to be what we want. No, you can't see?
It's dark.
Nope.
Not a thing.
Oh, ha! That's because I put you guys not on the token layer, but on the lighting layer. Huzzah! Observe,
Ooh.
friends. Here is your boat.
So we came in over here then.
Yes. You have come in on the left side of this map. And light shines in. You're on your boat, and you can just sort of row up this long passageway that just gets dimmer and dimmer as things go on.
Well, if this is all the water, it looks like there might be no pirates home.
Yes.
Yes.
As you come into this spot, Vincent, you are inundated with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 memories.
All right, get your armor up. Let me. I sense great amounts of memories here. I will review them.
Suggest
We dock, I guess.
Dock, and yes, before you do that.
Yes, we dock. We turn the ship into a box, and I sit and recall these memories.
Okay.
And you all get out, okay.
Put on your armors.
Where do you want to position the boat? Like, you could dock all the way near the entrance, or you could dock in the furthest, darkest, deepest recess, or anywhere in between.
Where we just came off looks good.
Perfect. Okay.
Should we get it spun round before we, in case we need to make a hasty exit?
Oh, we're making this a box.
Yeah, we take it with us.
Oh, of course. Yes, yes.
I pick it up, put it in my bag.
Okay.
Holds up crossbow, covers the end of the darkness that is this entrance. Put on your armors. In case someone comes, I'll be last.
Well, you guys are armored. Vincent goes up against a wall, it appears, and begins to close his eyes and relive these memories. The first one is of a room, and there's like a wall, there's a transparent wall. You can kind of see it, and you're just sort of looking out through this transparent wall, and then you look to your left, and there's like normal walls, and then there's again transparent walls. But in this room, in the meantime, is like a bunch of areas where skins are tied over racks to dry. And it's just a quick flash of like, here is the area where the leather working and tanning is done. And here are these two like semi-invisible walls that I can kind of see, but I can also just see out to the oceans and things beyond. Your second memory is very, very similar, but instead of a room with tanning supplies and 2 windows, it's more of like a forge with a couple of people that you don't recognize working away at the forge, pounding iron. Someone's moving coal. And then there's like one big window that gazes out. The third memory is very similar. One big window, and this is more of a wood shop. No one's working in the wood shop, but there's like a quick glance around, and then the wall that you can see through that is the wood shop. Your fourth memory is very similar. One wall that's a sort of a window, but in here there is somebody who's got like a big bed with sand on it, and there's 3 people heaving this big like hunking metal pot and gently pouring out some sort of like boiling hot substance into the sand area, and the person is looking out through the window. The third fourth, fifth, I can't remember where we are.
Fifth.
The next one is standing atop something. Like you're on a top of a thing, and there's like a hatch, and you go through the hatch, and then the memory you have is just jumping, and instead of falling down a long pit, you fall for a moment, and then you float the rest of the way down, and there's like a spiral staircase around you, but you float down this air column to the ground below. And I think it's while you're remembering the last one that something happens with the rest of the party. We're gonna need to roll initiative because Vincent is deep in memory here when the sounds of shouts and cries come from the people within who are coming to meet you.
Covering.
I think
Speed 1, because it's not a singular square.
Okay. Let's go. Ewan, first one in line. What do you got?
What has alerted me to this danger?
You hear the sounds of... "Arr!" It sounds like a war cry. It sounds like a bunch of people shouting and yelling. Whoops. They're in the wrong spots, though.
Well, I will brace for a charge and have my spear ready and ready an attack.
Okay. Spear ready against charge. Very special tool. Allows you to do double damage if someone charges you.
Great.
Etzgard, Iron Smelt.
Would you say I've been covering this hallway?
I think so.
All right, then when a creature gets within 60 feet, I will take the shot. The
Excellent.
covered shot.
The first creature to come in is a bear. And it charges in at you. It's about 6 feet tall at the shoulder, big dark fur. The crossbow fires directly at the charging bear.
The benefits of covering, I get +2 to hit, and what was it? +3 to damage?
No, is it +1 to? I can't remember. I have to look.
Rules cover, +2 bonus to the attack roll, and my critical
Nice.
hit range drops to a 16.
Right, but your point blank range gives you +2 to damage, right?
Yes, as
There we go.
already.
Okay, cool.
It's all accounted for. 10 to hit is a miss.
Against a charging bear, yes, the AC is unfortunately a 12.
Unfortunate.
The
That is-
crossbow goes wide.
And I spend the rest of my turn reloading.
Reloading that as fast as possible. The bear does right into the front of the party. You can go ahead and make your attack there, Ewan. 12 is exactly what you need to hit the charging bear. Go ahead and roll me double damage.
Double dice damage?
Yes, roll twice as many dice,
Flat
please.
modifiers, okay. So because I'm extra strong,
Oh!
+5 damage.
Wow.
Set to receive a charge. There
It's
we go.
normally 2 for specialization and then an additional 3 for your strength,
From high
right?
strength, yeah.
17 damage is enough to skewer the bear in one shot. It was going to
Incredible.
maul and kill you
nervous.
all, but the spear went all the way through the bear, and the bear just topples and falls. Right? Wait. Yeah, this bear doesn't fight until negative HP. It's only a little black bear, and it's dead. Yeah, the rest of the people come charging in. Ooh, yeah, you can do this. Perfect. This guy comes running in. I think he actually has a spear. I think he rolled that battle axe. Yeah, he's got a spear. So he will make an attack roll. The damage on this, I think, is going to be slightly off. I will re-roll the damage if it hits. And goes to skewer Ewan with a 15. He will do 1d6. Actually, this is still within the range of 1d6, so it's fine. He'll hit you for 1 point of damage as he...
Am I getting shield AC on this?
Yes, but he's
He's
got
got
plus 2 for
16.
charge, so
Okay,
he's got a 17
sure.
to hit. Yeah. He'll take the 1. The next pirate, similar thing, comes on in. This battle track is not very good. We need to change the battle music. It's terrible. Battle music. Come on, buddy.
It's fine.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. It took a moment for me. This next one comes on in and will skewer towards Gary 2 machetes with a spear. Same rules apply.
Oh,
Natural 20 on the attack roll. An extra D6 damage here. You'll take 5 Gary 2 machetes.
Cool.
Right. Next pirate. And there are a bunch of them. We're coming in. Ooh. What's funny? Why are you doing this to me? Excellent. All right. This one is coming in and charging. I don't know if you can charge over the body. I guess the bear doesn't take up all of this space when it's dead. So I think this guy can come up right here. And skewer at Gary 2 machetes again. Oh my god!
No.
Another natural 20. Now the 8 doesn't work. We got to roll 2d6 because it's a 1d6 weapon here. Oh my
Okay.
god, and it's only 2 damage.
That changes everything.
Oh.
Because I was about to go down.
Yeah.
Just gonna switch out your... No, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, do you know what you rolled, Gary, for initiative?
16?
Oh, that's slow.
Oh, 15.
Okay. Perfect.
Still slow.
All right. There's a lot of these pirates. The next one, same thing. Charging +2 to hit for a charge with the spear against Ewan. 12, 13, 14 to hit. I think is a miss. And there's no more room to close. So these guys will run in and just sort of hold their positions, ready to fight, but not quite able to. Leaving us with Gary 2 machetes.
Right, I swing my machete.
17 is a good hit.
For 1 plus 3.
Oh, for the
Not
high
to the
strength.
strength already?
No, that has to be manually added. Unfortunately, the character sheets are not that good. This character definitely dies.
Cool. And then hand axe into other guy.
13.
Also, well, maybe.
Which guy? The top guy or the bottom guy?
Bottom guy on me.
We have just 2 AC from the shield. That'll definitely hit. 2 and 3 is 5 is enough to drop this pirate as well. 2 pirates down. 4 to go. And I do believe Vincent is deep in memory? And
Yes,
no one...
I decided not to roll in here to... I think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
But perhaps this minute of battle has awakened me.
Yeah, because you're not oblivious to the sounds around you while you're in this. I think you just missed the first... Right?
Can I move after attacking?
Yes, of course you can. Would you like to
one
take...
forward?
Oh, I was hoping you were going to move backwards.
Come on then.
Alrighty, let's do it. Everybody, let's roll some more initiatives.
This is a deep melee.
Perfect.
Drops the crossbow, starts reaching for the hand axe.
Does readying
5.
spear attack on the first round start my 1.5 attack rate?
Yes, it does, as long as you actually make
Okay.
the attack.
Sure.
Okay. First one to go. Moves over here. Goes to take an attack with his sword. With his arming sword at Gary. That is a 12 to hit. Not good enough.
Get high initiative first.
Nope, it should be low initiative first. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Vincent, you start off with a 5.
Great. I am going to throw some darts at the bottom pirate.
There you go. Chuck it.
Yep. I forget how many darts I get to chuck. Do you remember?
3 around, 1 right now, and 2 at the very end of the round.
Sweet. Here's number 1.
Oh,
Wow.
It is a critical hit. Roll me another D3 for damage.
Oh my
Yeah, that is enough. And the pirate goes down. Okay. Etgard.
Will move on up. Brings up the hand axe. Brings down the hand axe.
Ooh, back attack against this one pirate. It's a hit. Sadly, they
6.
had only the 1 hit point, and they are dead immediately.
Surrender or die.
Carry 2 machetes. There are only 2 people left. 1 for your machete, 1 for your hand axe.
Come on then. I move up,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna swing on the guy on the left with the machete who's fighting Yun.
Ooh, it's a wild miss. Machete
And I'll do the
clangs.
same with the hand axe. On the guy in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Also, terrible miss. Leaving Ewan.
I will attack the one in front of me with a spear.
16 will hit home.
Plus 3
Oh
on
my
that.
god. Dropping
Plus
the
3.
pirate immediately.
I'll take a step forward to face this last guy.
I don't know why no party has ever just cast strength on 3 fighters and done this before. This is absolutely ridiculous having 3 characters with 18 strength. This
And
is
here you are saying no player is allowed to have an 18 in strength.
well, it didn't work out, did it? It's not going. The last pirate immediately drops his sword and raises his hands, including the shield that's strapped to his hand above his head, and says, "Parley! Parley! Parley!"
Are there any more of you?
He shakes his head. Not in here. Just the prisoner.
Are there any more out there?
He nods enthusiastically. Aye. The captain, the mate, and the rest of the crew are out. They're in the town. They're looking for,
Who's your
for
captain?
leads. Well, it'd be Jackie, of course.
Captain Jackie.
How do we
Alright.
close the door?
It'll close on its own. How'd did you get in?
Let's see.
Through the door.
But how'd you bring
Through
it
the door.
down?
I'm a
Yeah.
dwarf, I have my means.
None of you were wet. How'd you do it?
How do you all usually bring the door down?
Well, someone's got to swim under and open it from the back.
That's exactly what we did.
But you're dry.
There's
It's
more of us.
Really hot.
Stop
Yeah, it's
thinking
what he
too
said.
hard.
We've
We
only
weren't
been fighting
even-
for a minute.
Yes.
Wait,
we
why
weren't
is he
even
asking
planning
questions?
on attacking you. Why did you just come out and attack us?
They're pirates. That's obvious.
The pirate shrugs and is like, yeah.
Where's the treasure?
He tilts his head inland, in towards the darkness. Heads off that way.
All right, why don't you show us around?
You're
I'll take his weapon.
you're gonna let me
Loads
live
crossbow.
afterwards, right?
Of course.
I'll also check him for any daggers or anything.
Yeah,
Give him a
he's
pat
got
down.
like a dagger at his side, definitely 100%.
I'll throw that to the ground.
Okay.
Any traps in this place?
No. Well, unless you mistake the toilet for a trap.
Should we get these bodies out of the landing area in case Jackie shows up?
We could check them for gold.
Yeah.
Rifles through him. Keeps the crossbow
What?
on the
Wait.
prisoner.
Never mind. I won't bring it up. But
Vincent,
if
what
there was
do
a
you
place to hide bodies, we've got a very convenient place to hide bodies.
Oh my goodness, you're a genius. Don't say it.
Yeah.
Should we take time moving these bodies, Vincent, or keep going?
Yeah, so we should move them further in, and we'll sort through their stuff as we're moving them.
Okay. I guess Edgard, keep an eye on the prisoner.
Just the bolt is touching his back.
Do you have some sort of light source in here? I asked the prisoner.
We have some torches in the dining hall where we were when you arrived.
Great. I see.
I'll light the torch. I think I already
yeah.
had. I'll use it in my offhand.
Okay.
Can we lift the bear with all our strength combined?
You guys can roll the bear into the water if you want. You could probably drag.
Yep.
Oh, you got 18 strength. Yeah, you
Yeah,
could
we
drag
got
it wherever you
18.
need to.
Like
Mhm.
over 700 pounds of max press.
Mhm.
You know, we could skin that bear later.
Bear
Make
pill.
a nice hat.
It was a clean
Oh.
kill.
Yes, a
Well,
very
it's clean.
beautiful kill. Very well done.
It's all right.
We clean up the battle site
Okay.
and proceed forward.
And we proceed forward. Who was it that was wielding a torch, just so I know?
Gary Tunish, I think it is.
Thank you. I'm just going to give you a little torchlight here.
Yoon, are you happy to go first?
Yes.
I'll go behind you.
And where is our prisoner going? Is he marching in front? Or is he walking beside? Is he walking at the back?
You can walk in
Beside
front of.
you in front of Edgard,
Yeah.
who won't let him move beyond his reach.
Okay. Well, party, let's... I'm just going to drag you pretty far in here. Then I'm going to drag the camera to catch up. The guy will take you over to this spot.
Yep. As we walk past that little side passage, is that a side passage?
There are a couple of side passages here, yeah.
Okay. Can you shine a light down it real quick? That side passage on the bottom side.
Yeah, over here. You ask
Yeah.
about it, and the guy says, this is the where we hold all of our supplies. Then he'll take you down into this room. And there's nothing on the map right here, but as you walk around, you'll see that there are like barrels for water and food. There's extra rope. There's extra boards for repairing ships. There's tar. There's, you know, all the tools and supplies that you might need if you were trying to like resupply and fix up a boat can be found in here. A nice little cache of stuffs.
Great.
No straight coinage,
is
though.
there rope there, you said?
There is. There's lots of rope.
I'll take 50 foot if there's a spool of
Absolutely.
rope I can grab.
I take 50 foot of rope. I have the carrying capacity.
There you go.
Asking our prisoner, how many
Mhm.
more of Jackie's crew are out in Port Ferris? How many more men?
Has a very specific answer for you. It's her and 9
crew.
more that are out.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
her.
First mate and 9 more crew.
Yes. Yes. And he will also let you know that it's Captain Jackie and her first mate, Winston Washington, is his name. And then he'll lead you to this, and he'll tell you that this right here is the most amazing part of this entire lair. It's indoor toilet that has no smell, and he encourages anyone who wants to go take a look at it.
You
Starts.
first.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
Go take a look.
You're our guide. Go show us.
He grumbles
Press.
and heads in. The party
Yeah.
can join. And you can see that there is indeed like a pit right here with a little wooden bench over it with some holes in it. And as you look down, he asks, you know, do you have a copper? Toss it in.
Sure, I'll toss in a copper.
It falls and then it lands just sort of like above the ground. You can kind of see it by the torchlight. And then you see the coin like tilt and rotate and the ground like undulate and move slightly. And you realize what you're looking at is a gelatinous cube, an ooze that cannot climb out and consumes everything except for, you know, metals and things that don't get degraded that easily.
Good place for the bodies.
It is.
All
Great.
right.
Please continue the tour. Amazing toilet.
He will lead you around. I'm trying to decide if there's any reason not to just show you everything. But he's the last one alive here, so let's just get rid of all of the fancy lighting effects and let's just talk about what we see here. This is a very large lair. Oops.
See someone in the
And
prisoner, yeah.
there is a single prisoner way, way, way back over here in a makeshift jail. Yeah. It's
Tell
an
us
old
about this prisoner.
man. The old man is free to roam around this little jail cell. He's got no hands, one eye, just a couple of teeth, and a peg leg from the knee down on one of his legs. And the prisoner,
Looks
the
like an
guy
amazing
who's
sailor.
with you was like, this is the old trader. His name's Wiley. And Wiley kind of stumbles forward into the torchlight with his one good eye, and his like stumps for hands, and he looks at the lot of you. He just kind of eyes you all. And then he realizes his former captor is now a prisoner. And he comes up to the bars and he puts his head against him and he says, "Oh, would you please let an old man out of jail? I've been trapped here for so long, my hands have fallen off. Please, please."
Did someone do that to you, or they just fell off?
They didn't. I was talking metaphorically. They were chopped off. This one 30 years ago. This one 2 years ago.
What's
How
landed
you
you in
took your
jail here?
remaining
What?
hand? Yeah.
There was a mutiny. My crew turned against me. Jackie chopped my hand off. They tossed me in here so they could come and laugh at me from time to time.
So you'd call yourself a pirate as well?
Not just any pirate, the most experienced pirate in all the Dardanelles.
You've been around all the Dardanelles?
Every island I've sailed, just about every one I've robbed at one point or another during my long, illustrious career.
Looks over to Vincent. This one's been around. Has quite the knowledge.
That sounds very useful. Would you regale us of tales about islands?
I'd be
would you
happy
like a good
to.
exchange?
If only I could be out of this dark, damp, sad little cell where I'm alone in the dark with my thoughts all day. Maybe a bit of food? Something to drink? My throat is so thirsty.
I think that's a fair exchange. Let's let the prisoner out.
You're Martha's son indeed. And the guy who's leading him around grumbles and says he's got to go get the key and blah, blah, blah. But you can get the key and unleash the old man, who stumbles forward and puts both his stumpy arms around Vincent. Thank you, son. You're a true healer, a real blessed man. And he goes over to the prisoner and he kicks him with the peg leg. Poof. That's what you get. That's what you get when you mutiny. Don't you see? If you had left me in charge, oh, this would never have happened. We'd be rich, rich beyond your wildest dreams.
Yeah, speaking of rich, where's the treasure? I ask our original guy.
He tells you it's down in the laboratory. And reluctantly, he'll take you there. But he'll call out that, like, here's also an extra toilet if you need it. And, like, down over here. And down over here.
Everybody loves toilets.
And this one over here. And he's talking about, like, what a great place this is. And we've been able to, like, split the cubes into smaller cubes and propagate them. And so now, like, you know, we got real proper indoor. And he's sort of, you know, on the way over to the laboratory, he stops and he points out this area. He's like, this column. You climb up the stairs, you jump down, and you float the rest of the way. It's real fun. Especially when you've had a night of drinking. You should all give it a shot.
You should go first.
So there's another level to this layer, is what you're telling me.
Well, there's a little hatch that goes out at the top, and there's a deeper level down below, which is where we're going, he says.
Very good.
And he will lead you over here to this pit that heads down. There's a spiral staircase that goes around the edges. The old man stops in this other room, and this room where the old man does have a couple of torches in it. So he stops. There's a bunch of food on the table. It looks like they were mid-dinner when you showed up, or mid-lunch. And the old man politely excuses himself and says he's going to eat, but he's got, like, no hands and only one leg. So it's really, you know, difficult to try and pick things up, and he kind of just buries his food and his face in the food, content to consume it all. Are you comfortable leaving him behind?
That's fine with me.
Just don't leave this room, please.
It's got all the food. Where else would I go?
Let's hope not.
All right. We get to the downward stairs, and we'll take our second break, come back on the other side with a little... Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, you head down into this area, and these room down here, this chamber down here, it's got regular stone walls, but it's got all these, like, weird markings all over the stone, as if, like, someone went through the stone and, like, hit it with a chisel and a hammer, just all over the walls, all over the floors, all over the ceilings. Everywhere here has been hit with a hammer and a little chisel. And sitting in the middle of the room, piled up, are these, like, awkward scraps of silver. Not like silver coins, but, like, sheets of rough, ripped, and broken silver that are just piled up. Lots of it. Probably 100 pounds, 200 pounds of silver. Who knows? It's a ton of it.
Right.
Quite
So they
the
ripped
hoard
all
you
this out
have
of the
here.
walls?
Thank you.
Scrap silver.
We
Not
ripped
bars?
it down. The old man back there, Wiley, he didn't want us to tear it off the walls. He said it was useful in place. Captain Jackie knew better. Silver on a wall ain't helping anyone. So we ripped it down, piled it up. That's how we got our first round of financing. Because old Wiley back there, he was a bad captain. He was a terrible leader.
Everyone, give me a moment. The dwarf approaches a wall, and will start to use dwarf racial abilities, known as Detect, New Tunnel Passage, Detect, Sliding Shifting Walls or Rooms, and finally, Detect Stonework Traps, Pits, and Deadfalls.
What are your chances on... Maybe I should just open the book.
I have it in front of me. New Tunnel Passage is a 1 to 5 on a d6. Sliding Shifting Walls or Rooms is a 1 to 4 on a d6. And Traps, Pitfalls, and Deadfalls are a 1 to 3 on a d6.
Okay. Roll me
What a strange room.
a d6.
Alright. New Tunnel Passage. 2.
Just the 1d6 is all we needed. So, yes. Well, there's definitely not any new, there's no grade or slopes going on here. There's no new tunnels or constructions. You don't see any sliding or shifting walls. You don't see any pits or deadfalls or traps. And it's difficult to determine your depth underground right here, but because you're actually above ground, if that makes sense. Like you're at sea level, and then there's a mountain above you, and so the air pressure, which you would normally use to sort of detect your depth, is it's just kind of giving you ground level.
That is a very peculiar thing to know.
Yeah.
Alright, sirs. This is like a terrible treasury room. But it's just a room.
Yeah. However, Vincent, there was one memory that you didn't quite get to, and being in this room reminds you that there's something in here. That memory that you had when you first walked in, or one of them, it's triggered also in this room.
Great. I look around. So, is it just this one room down here?
It's just this one room down here.
I'll say, hey, could you take the prisoner up? I need to look around here.
Alright, give it
Sure.
you a shot. I go up first.
Right. You find Wiley missing when you get up there.
I'll shout out
Wiley.
for him. Wiley!
Did we just leave Vincent by himself, or did
I'm
someone stay?
definitely
No.
staying down there.
Oh, you stayed with him. Okay. The two of you stay. Everyone else comes up to, the area where there's the food and everything, and the old man is gone.
That's
You
me.
think you can track him?
I'm
whoops.
staying down with Vincent.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Grab the wrong token.
Where are you, you old fart?
Down below. Vincent, what are you doing?
I'll just start channeling this memory.
Yeah, there's a little hidden passage over here. One of these walls, as you come down the staircase, and then there was like a bit of a wide hallway. It's not on the map because it's ground below. It's a bit of a wide hallway before it opens up into this large room. And what you're remembering is one of these things where you're walking down a hallway towards the door. The door is gone by now, and you turn to your right, and you put your hand through a wall that doesn't really exist, and then an illusion breaks. And as you do the same thing, if you do the same thing, I don't know if you want to risk it.
Nope, not right now.
Okay, never mind.
Thanks for asking. But I'm reminded of a translucent wall. Is it this one, or while I got the tour, could I figure out that this is where the translucent wall is?
Yeah, if we zoom out a little bit on the map, you can see this gray stony sections in these places. These are the translucent walls that work sort of as windows.
What do they see out into the ocean?
They're above ground a little. Well, these are actually all basically at ground level. So they look out into different things. These ones on the south side look out towards Port Ferris. This one on the north side just sort of looks out to the east side of the island. And this sort of looks out to the east side, and this looks out to the north side of the island.
I see. Are they essentially windows, or is there something that stands out?
Would you like to go investigate them? Or are you trying to do this from memory?
I would. While we were getting the tour, I probably would have been interested if we. Yeah.
Well, we can go visit them now.
Sure.
You can walk up to one of them. It looks like a solid wall, except it's, only at 20% opacity, and you can just see out beyond them. You don't really feel anything. Would you like to touch it with your hands, your ungloved hands?
Nope.
Okay.
Fascinating, I muse as I look at it. Is this any kind of spell that I know? I should say.
It could be some sort of illusion spell, but do you have a spellcraft proficiency?
Let me check. Spellcraft. Surprisingly, no.
Then no, you are unfamiliar with this.
This place is truly magical.
Yes, I imagine these would go for quite the fortune if we were able to dismantle one of these. I muse as I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I poke it with my machete.
The wall disappears.
Oh.
It's now just a hole, and you can walk outside.
I assume this is where... Do we hear them shouting about Wiley?
I do believe you can hear them looking for the old man, yes.
Probably went this way then, or one of the others.
Yeah, I'll shout back. Hold these translucent windows. Turns out you can go outside. Did you know about this, prisoner?
The prisoner nods and he goes, well, if we go back to the room that you came in, the place you came in, from the outside, these walls look like solid normal stone, but when you poke them from the inside, they disappear for a few minutes and then they reappear. And that's how we get in, is we go under the water and poke the wall from the other side, and then we sail our boat through. Same things with these. You can just look out or you can walk out, but then once you're on the other side, you need someone to let you in, or go all the way up to the top and come down through the tower up there.
So the way up top. That goes outside.
Aye.
Probably where Wiley went to get some fresh air. He's been in that cell for a long time.
You will see Wiley now coming in from down this hallway to the right. He comes up and then starts heading down in the direction, and he looks very pleased to himself. You can hear him with a step bump as he makes his way towards you. He's got a devious grin on his face as he approaches the table.
What did you do?
I did the only thing I could do. You know what they kept me in? That sad, dark room for so long? Well, now that I'm free, I went and shit in Captain Jackie's bed. That's what I did.
Couldn't have used one of the many abundant toilets.
Well, I could, but that'd defeat the point. Dragged my ass all over the sheets just like a dog. Now he walks over to the prisoner. Where's my weapon? Huh? Where's my stump sword? And the prisoner tells them that they threw it overboard and it's now at the bottom of the sea. And he wails in suffering and pain and goes and sits down at the table again.
Wiley, what was the meaning of all those silver engravings downstairs?
I once knew a wizard, a devious man with evil in his heart, and he said that the walls were painted with silver for some sort of magical spellcasting reason. Something about the way silver interfaces with magic makes it protected from observation, and something about channeling. It was a long time ago now.
Oh, was this silver covering all 4 walls of this downstairs?
All 6, sir. All 6.
That makes sense. What sort of treasure lay inside there when you first got there?
Well, when I first arrived, I was a companion of that evil wizard I was telling you about, and the place had been empty. But he said that he had found some drums down there, magic drums that when played would move a ship for you.
That sounds like an incredible find. Do you know where it would be now?
Alas, he and the other lads took the boat. They played the magic drums which summoned the phantom sailors, and they went off on an adventure, and I never saw them again.
I see.
So this was their lair.
Aye.
Now it's Captain Jackie's.
No, now it's yours, and now we 5 shall make a new pirate gang. And we'll sail the seas, we'll loot the Dardanelles, and we'll do it right this time. Not like the last 4 times. This one will get it right.
I got bad news for you.
What? You don't have a boat? That's fine, we'll steal a boat.
The best case for you is you get paid an honest and fair wage.
What do you mean?
We're not
pirates. We are just sightseers.
Tourists, if you will.
What? Who's heard of violent pirate-killing sightseers? That's not a thing.
Well, they came at us, so we had to defend ourselves.
Yeah, but you had weapons and armor with you to begin with. That's a fighter. That's a pirate.
There's no
Certainly
sights to see if you're dead.
The world's a dangerous place. We have to protect ourselves.
So you won't be wanting all that silver downstairs.
We will be
It's
wanting
ours
that.
now.
You sound like pirates to me. Maybe not intentional yet, but a couple of days with good old Wagley, I'll have you drinking rum and singing songs in no time.
Criminals own nothing, my old man. They own nothing.
That is true. What is... Well, I suppose you don't have need for an old man with no hands and only 1 foot and only 1 eye. I would be so happy if you could give me just a small amount of that there silver and drop me off in Port Ferris, and I'll be on my own way, happy as a clam, without a word to say about you or anything else.
Did you not want to adventure the seas with us?
You'll get
not
paid a fair wage.
Not if it's an honest day's work.
We will be killing people probably. If that helps.
Are we going to be stealing their things and ransoming them back to their families?
Not
Nope.
ransoming, unless it's a life for a life.
If they have sights we want to see, then maybe.
Yes.
Just sounds awfully boring to me.
Well, we saw the Velthara temple. It was really interesting, actually. Saw a giant crab. No, not your thing.
I don't know what you'd want with me if it's not my intricate knowledge of the best way to steal, plunder, loot, rob, murder, sail.
You mentioned you had knowledge of all the islands. We could use someone like that.
Ah.
For tourism purposes.
Tourism purposes.
I see. Tourism. You don't sound like rich, fancy-pantsy noble lads.
I am one of those, yes.
You
He's the
are?
Why, yes. I'm a merchant.
What's your last name then, merchant?
It's a mapper.
Oh, that is a last name, isn't it, huh? All right.
He does use maps.
Well, you'll be wanting to hire good old Wiley then.
Yes.
Let's talk about fair pay. Since these good old boys, young lads right here, are so good with weapons and bows, you'll be wanting to hire me for... He taps his head with his stump. Well, for what I've got up here, something irreplaceable. So I want 3 times the rate that these guys are getting.
I think to myself what
A day.
I think to myself what a normal wage would be for sailors.
Sailors don't make a ton of money.
I guess sailor fighters.
Yeah.
Armored bodyguards.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jobs. Your everyday ordinary sailor is makes about 7.5 gold a month. But they don't have to pay for anything else. Your everyday ordinary fighter makes about 7.5 gold a month as well. So
Okay. I'll counteroffer. I do value your knowledge quite a bit. You won't be expected to fight, unlike these 3. I can offer you a higher than standard wage of 10 gold per month.
Ah! I said 3 times their rate. I won't settle for anything less than 25 gold a month.
You drive a hard bargain. 15 gold a month.
I know things no man remembers. I've been around for as long as the seas have had salt in them. I'll take you to the islands. I'll tell you their histories. I'll tell you where not to go. That knowledge is easily worth 3 warriors.
I don't know about
20
that.
gold. 20 gold, and we'll call it a day.
Fine, 20 gold it is.
Shake on it, he says, holding out a stump to you.
Yeah, I'll hold his stump and shake.
He grins to himself, having made an excellent deal and unaware the rest of the party is getting paid 100 gold a month. Now, first things first, this little scallywag right here, he's got to go into the sea. He says, pointing to
No,
the...
we made a deal with him. He gets to live.
Well,
That's the only part of the deal that we made with him that matters. He will live.
well, I guess you got to do what you got to do. Well, take me to your ship. Let's see what sort of magnificent vessel a young nobleman like yourself has got. Is it out in the harbor?
Ah, yes, it's quite the ship, but before we do that, please enjoy some food. I need you for one moment, Edgard. And I'll
Sir.
Yes, I'll lead Edgard back downstairs.
We head back downstairs.
I'll have a short conversation with the prisoner, asking him when he expects any reinforcements from Captain Jackie to be arriving, or does she ever come back here herself?
Oh, the other come back all the time. You know, she goes out and she comes back when she comes back and not a minute before. She doesn't exactly... We wait on her. She does not wait on us, if that makes sense.
And she'd come back with a full crew,
Sometimes.
leaving the house in Port Ferris unoccupied.
Well, you know about that one, do ya?
I heard they're held up in some old manor on the hill.
renovating in process. Maybe she'll probably not come back with all the people. Can't leave that place unguarded as well. Need a less conspicuous place than hiding out in an island. You know, it's not really center of operations. It's a ruse, a ploy. Put a couple of guards, make it seem like that's where all the action is. Meanwhile, all the real treasure is buried here. In this place. The ancient lair of the Archmage Ferris.
Okay.
Oh, meantime, I'll point out to Edgard. Looks
Yes,
like
sir.
you didn't quite catch this one, and I'll point towards that wall. Why don't you poke it? I think it's...
I poke
Secret
every nook and
passageway.
cranny in this damn place. Puts the big finger. How
You-
dare you say that?
Did you say you use your finger to test the wall?
Yeah, I was told to poke.
You poke
Edgar
it.
pokes.
The wall just sort of disappears from before you, and standing behind it, you can see that like the wall disappears, but it only disappears, revealing like 2 or 3 inches behind that is a regular wall, but it has carvings throughout it. Carvings and writings that Vincent you instantly recognize as spells. Spells that you might normally like write in your spell book, but these have been written on the wall so that they can never be lost and they can never be taken. And there's also a small little recess in the wall where you could store trinkets or treasures or something like that.
Oh, is this a large... And it's a small room that has opened.
This is in a hallway that leads down to the room that was covered in silver. And so the section of wall is maybe 10 feet wide, 8 feet tall, and it's got writing across it. And then there's like a little 2x2x2 section that is recessed where you could like set things, almost like a safe.
I'm sorry, sir. There's no way I could have known it was a magic wall.
It's all right. I'm sure if there were any creations made recently, you would have figured that out. I only know of this because I experienced the memory. And with that, I'll look at these spell walls to... Is this one of the things that you're able to just tell what spells they are by looking at the wall?
You'd need to cast Read Magic to figure it out.
I see. Well, this is very lavish indeed. Indeed, the lair of a wizard.
Has to be.
Though we will probably not find very much use for it. Very well, let's head back up.
Not much right now.
I take it you don't have more Read
wait.
Magics memorized?
I don't.
Okay.
Just in case. Gotta watch out for
Yeah.
these. We'll look for the sliding, shifting walls or rooms behind the secret little alcove. It'd be
Sure.
the perfect spot for it.
A secret behind a secret? You find no such thing, unfortunately, but good on you for searching.
Alright, these are real walls. I'm behind you.
Yep. All right. Very good. Well, since they've already dismantled all of the silver... Oh, I do a quick appraisal of it. What do I think the silver is worth?
Ooh, yeah, your best guess is that it is like 150 pounds of silver, which would be in coinage like 7,500 silver coins, which is
Ooh.
about 750 gold worth of silver. But, you know, it's hard to sell just scrap silver, so you probably wouldn't get that much of it unless you were going to someone who, like, you know, has scales to weigh out the silver as is.
Opens up the backpack. I guess I'll start collecting.
Yep.
It's a large volume.
It's gonna take
It's
a while.
not that your body can't carry it with your 18 strength, but like any bag you have is probably just going to get a hole ripped in it from that amount of silver. And the edges are also like, it's been chipped and peeled off, so it's kind of pointy and sharp all around. You'd need a good chest or 2 or 3.
Can a ship fit in this room?
Yes.
Oh, that's very convenient. All right.
But it would be very, like, cockeyed, The bottom of a ship isn't flat. You'd summon it and just, like, fall over on its side. Might mess up all your things if the ship is at a... I mean, maybe not.
So I think there's a
Off the
way
leg on this table.
we could probably prop it up correctly. With some finagling. Okay. I'll go grab the rest of the party and Wally and say, all right, let's gather up all this silver and let's head out. Wally, I've got quite the ship to show you.
Do you now?
You've never seen anything quite like it, I'm sure of it.
He is eager to see.
All right, we go down to the silver room, and I'll instruct my strong minions here to line up so that the ship, the silver, so that the ship can like stay upright when it's summoned.
Your ship is like 24 feet long at the water line, 40-something feet long at the... I think...
Not the big ship.
Oh, you mean the rowboat?
Oh, can we store... Does the rowboat have the storage in it?
It does not.
It has to be the big ship. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
We'll have to get some chests, sir.
You'll have to haul it by hand. I'm so sorry.
All right.
It'll just take
fair enough.
time.
There isn't other treasure elsewhere, like in the captain's quarters or anything.
I assumed the tour showed us all the rooms. Was it?
I think we skipped a bunch of things on the tour because you guys immediately asked for the treasure, and he went straight to where all the silver was stored.
There must be charts and things in the captain's quarters, surely.
That is a good call. Let's go visit this.
You'll find the captain's quarters. It's this room down here. And there's a nice big bed with silken sheets and a stinking smelling turd sitting on them and some brown streaks leading off of the silken sheets. But also in here is like a nice chest of drawers, a wardrobe, some fancy clothing, some adornment, some rings, some necklaces, some earrings, some jewelry of different kinds, some weapons crossed up on a wall, a nice big portrait of a man in red robes with a long ponytail. It's the lair of a, not quite a pirate queen, but an up-and-coming pirate.
Wiley, you've damaged the merchandise.
What? You're not a pirate. You don't need the silken sheets. It's sending a message. When she gets back here, she'll know that she stepped in it.
We'll leave the blankets.
Yep. Well, as a pirate, as an honorary pirate, we should certainly loot all her belongings. They look valuable.
You see, you're already listening to good old Wiley. Come on. I got no hands, so I can't carry it myself, but these young men look so strong. I'm sure they'll be able to haul everything into your glorious... how many masts did you say your ship had?
How many?
One. His face sinks. His heart drops out of his chest. Well,
it's a good-sized boat for just the 4 of us.
And you really think you're sightseeing? I mean, well, I you didn't pay me to ask no questions, so Wiley ain't gonna ask no questions, even when the 1 and 1 ain't adding up to 2. But far be it from me to look a gift horse in the mouth. Thank you very much for getting me out of jail.
Right. Anything left in this lair that you think could be worth carrying out other than the silver?
Do you need to resupply on anything?
Not really.
We could do with a few lanterns.
Few lanterns. Are there extra cases of bolts so I can stock up a small armory?
Wiley goes
Bunch
over
of oil.
to the prisoner and kicks him with the peg leg. They're talking to you, lad. Answer him. The man says yes to the lanterns and oil, but no to the crossbows and bolts.
Land up close and personal. I understand. All right, let's get the rings. You, prisoner, you're gonna help us loot. You'll see what your dear captain has been taking for herself.
All right. Rings, earrings, necklaces. Probably the silverware, like knives and forks and that sort of stuff.
Sure.
Properly toss the place. I'm gonna hack into chests with my hand axe. and my
You could
18
just
strength.
open the chests, man. You don't have to.
I'm checking for false bottoms and that sort of thing. You know?
What
All
were
right.
the weapons hanging on the wall?
A pair of cutlasses crossed.
Or is a cutlass machete adjacent?
Yes.
I'm taking one of these for myself.
Okay.
Takes one as well.
There are 4 lanterns that you can take, and there's a whole case of oil. So that's 144 vials of oil, or
We need a
flasks of
party
oil.
sheet.
We need a boat sheet.
We do need a boat sheet.
It begins.
I have a little ship token here, and now everyone can edit our little ship token. And on the gear tab, you can just add whatever you want.
Nice.
It was 150 pounds of silver.
150 pounds of silver.
Cool.
Are we deploying the
we
boat
will
in the
set up the
little harbour?
ship out of sight of the old man. I think
Mhm.
it's not quite time to reveal that yet.
All right. You toss the box into the water. You shout the command word as it falls into the water, and it transforms into a boat. And it's all easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The party's looted the place. They've got their boat. They've got a prisoner and an old man. Now, when we've talked about your boat in the past, we've mentioned that there's like room for 4 people below decks. That's a nice safe space. And then there's just room on the top deck where you can like pile as many people as you want. And this is talking about like the ability to house people for a long period of time. You could fit more than 4 people inside the vessel, but you wouldn't like have room to sleep. Like everyone could stand, or you could sit 2 on a bed or something like that. So if you want to transport these 2 people to Port Ferris, absolutely not a problem. If you want to be sailing around with an extra person beyond the 4 that your ship is really meant for, it's going to start to get a little bit tight. You could probably squeeze in 1 extra person and they would just lay on the ground and not get good sleep ever. There's
We
not
take
really any
shifts
room.
when we're on the ship.
You could take shifts, but that
Someone's
means
always asleep.
someone's got to be awake all night long, which is not unreasonable.
Sure. To the prisoner, I'm making the basic offer of Captain Jackie probably won't like you being the only one alive here. You're free to go. If you'd like, we can carry you to the next... We can carry you somewhere that's not here.
That. Let me just roll a die for this person's social connections. He tells you that he's got a friend in Port Ferris that'll help him get where he needs to go, and he'd be happy to be out of your presence before you change your mind.
You have a lot of friends at Port Ferris. No, we're not letting you go back to Captain Jackie.
Well, wherever you want to take him, he will go to.
I mean, we said we keep him alive. We could always maroon him somewhere.
Exactly.
We've got rum on the ship, right? Give him some rum and
Well,
a crossbow with 1 bolt.
That's so barbaric.
Fine.
We should just drop him in Port Ferris and let him go with his friend.
He's gonna tell Captain Jackie about everything.
What happened here? Yeah.
I don't think he will.
And, well, she might torture him.
The pirates. The only
What
honor
are we
they
gonna-
know is amongst each other.
That's why they won't go back?
We're not pirates.
What are we gonna do about Captain Jackie? She's gonna find out what happened here and start asking.
Yeah, I'm sure this guy doesn't want Captain Jackie's wrath. He's the only one Jackie can take it out on.
I mean, yes, but also he might not get a choice. I would like to agree with you in a perfect world, but you know,
They're cruel
I'm not saying we
people.
kill him. I just say we do something.
Our new
I mean-
hireling lost two hands and a leg. I don't think kindness is on the menu. Beyond what
Twice.
we're already given.
I mean, we could do with another deckhand, just for a week or two until we're out of here.
We don't have enough space for another deckhand.
Well, it's
Do you
up to
think
you in
I'll
the
ask?
end.
I'll ask him. Do you think your friend in Port Ferris is going to be able to keep you out of sight of Captain Jackie?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Good. You know what's going to happen to you if you're caught by Captain Jackie. And I kind of glance at Wiley.
Wiley draws a stump across his throat.
And if we ever find you again, you're not going to survive.
Well, just tell me where you're going, and I'll I'll steer clear of it.
That's really ominous.
Well, what if we just happen to be in the same town? It'll be an accident.
If we see you in Captain Jackie's crew, and your immediate instinct is to not abandon ship and run away, or swim away, you're going to die.
I can't swim.
You better learn.
All right. I accept your extremely reasonable offers. Thank you very much.
You can sing this the whole time with the crossbow pointed at him.
Well,
All
party.
right. Very good.
Perfect. I'm settled.
So, party, we have got a couple of options here. Mr. Wiley had mentioned some other islands you could go check out. You've found this place. You did have a memory of another area on Port Ferris that was able to look at the mountain. Do you want to continue exploring Flotsam Island, or do you want to follow Wiley's lead and check out one of these other places he was talking about?
I think while we're on Flotsam, we might as well finish with that remaining memory here. I believe that was near Moss Mountain. I know that when we came in, there were a bunch of memories, and I didn't get to the last one. I'll just double check to make sure the last one was the one that I got of the Beneath room.
Yes, it is. Putting your hand through an illusory wall to break it, and then seeing, where. And it was like looking down the hallway in one direction, down the hallway in the other direction. A key difference is that the door at the end of the hall that would open into the room covered with silver in the memory was like a really nice fancy door with metal holding it together, and it was like an elegant, well-crafted specimen. Currently there's no door there whatsoever. Someone has torn it off and ripped it up and gotten rid of it. Other than that, the hallway is much the same.
That makes sense. I also wonder if these magical windows can be transported or dismantled and transported.
I'm not sure. They're very large. They're big enough to walk through, so that would be a hell of a thing.
We'd have to chip away the stone frame without breaking the stone. I'm not a
Yeah, okay.
mason.
Seems too difficult. We'll leave that behind then, and we'll sail towards Moss Mountain.
All right. So let's figure out how long has it been since we woke up today? Let's see. It's about 8 miles over here, which you could easily do in 2 hours. And then maybe an hour and 2 hours up the mountain, half an hour down. Well, half an hour there, half an hour down. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then maybe an hour or so in the lair. 9 plus a little change. So it's been about 9 hours since sunup. It is, as we said earlier, September. So we still have like 7 hours left in the day, which is plenty of time. You can stop and eat food here, and you can head towards.
Now that you
Mountain.
mention, yeah, maybe we should stop by Port Ferris and drop off this guy first and settle down for the night.
All right.
And by go to Port Ferris, I mean like the usual 1 mile north of Port Ferris land and.
But then that means they're gonna know.
Yep, the Captain Wally will know. We'll make sure the prisoner doesn't know.
How's he? He's gonna notice the boat is missing. He'll notice you ground the boat. Even if he's blindfolded, you'll feel the boat hit sand and tilt to the side. And then
we'll lead him first with like 2 members of the crew, and then 2 of us will stay behind and make the boat a box.
Okay.
Just leave him enough inland so he can't see the coast, and then just walk to Port Ferris. He won't know where we land. That's actually a good idea.
Blindfolding him was a great idea. We'll do that.
Okay. As you're approaching the shoreline, and it looks like you're gonna run your boat straight into the soft sands, Captain Wiley comes over towards Vincent and says, boy, you must be new at this. You don't want to beach your boat, your vessel. It's a real pain in the butt to get out. If the tides shift at all, you'll just be stranded here. You can't push a boat through sand very well. I
I'm
advise
glad you know that.
We head to the harbor where you can pull up next to a dock, sir.
Well, Wiley, you're about to see why this is a very special boat. Haven't you noticed it's extremely stable?
I thought that just the ballast and balance was good. Are you saying there's more to this ship than meets the eye?
There is indeed, and I will. Well, you'll see in a bit. We go ahead and beach the ship.
Beach the ship. You blindfold the guy. The other guy's laughing at you about beaching your ship as well, talking about amateur hour. And you fools, you such idiots. But you know, what are you going to do about it? And then he remembers his place, blindfolded and prisoner, and he shuts up. You lead him in.
2 of you lead him in ahead. 1 of you will stay behind with me.
As we're leaving, you'll hear Gary go, "Ah, shit, my chickens." I assume there's 3 dead chickens in the hold.
Your boat has been a box for an hour. I think a chicken... That's true. Did you rowboat back? Oh, no, you rowboated from here. Oh, that took 45 minutes and then an hour, so it's been about 2 hours. And you normal sailed this direction. Oxygen consumption of a chicken, yeah. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think your 3 chickens are dead, sir. They cost a copper.
Chicken tonight, lads.
Chicken tonight. We make sure we blindfold before we hit the coast.
Right.
Because we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wiley needs help getting out of the vessel because, you know, he's only got 1 foot. And he'll stumble on shore, making very slow progress. He's about as slow as a dwarf now. And you can change the boat into a box. And Wiley will stare wide-eye and murmur, I never thought I'd see another magic vessel like this again. I thought I was...
This convenient, Wiley.
I thought magic drums was the pinnacle of my pirating career, but now a magic ship that transforms into a box, a folding boat. I've heard tales of folding boats. Gods, what the White Prince wouldn't give to get his hands on this. And we'll never let him have it.
Indeed.
Yep. You guys can go into Port Ferris. Drop off the 1 guy. Just let him go, I suppose. And he hurries into the town away from you as fast as he can get. And it's a little in the afternoon now. What's the plan?
It's been a good day's journey. I think we... if you all have anything you want to do in Port Ferris, you have the evening off. Otherwise, we'll call it an early day.
I think we should stick together.
Yes,
Sure.
and I think that was a terrible idea. But as a bodyguard advising you for your security. But fair enough. Also, I could do with some doctoring if you're.
Oh, yes, I can look you over.
Thank you.
We'll go
I'll
to the
get
same
these
place we
chickens to the-
stayed the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll take a day.
Got a bad feeling about staying the night, but so be it.
I'll be on
Okay.
guard duty.
Mountain lair.
What all could you possibly be concerned about?
Pirates?
Well, that's always a threat.
Especially
sleep.
in this place, but I'll get some rest, sir.
Sleep lightly tonight.
Okay, I just need to make a couple of little rolls over here in secret. Don't worry about them. It's all fine. I just need some dice. Well,
I'll,
that's
look
a
over
bummer.
Gary for however much that'll help with herbalism and medicine.
I think that is going to be... you can do 1 HP today because he was in a fight today, but if he gets full bed rest tomorrow, he can get 3 HP per day.
Okay. How wounded does Gary look?
About 50% wounded.
Wow, it's pretty terrible.
7 hit points. Yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll take 2 days here then.
I need 1 as well, so I get that today.
Well, 1 you'll get real easy like. We're going to spend 2 days. Well, that's the rest of today for 1 HP and then a full 3 tomorrow. And then we leave with him down 3, or we're going to...
Oh, another day
Another
after
day.
that,
Okay,
then.
cool.
Yes.
3 nights of rest in Port Ferris. Excellent. Rest in Port Ferris. Excellent.
If we make it through the first night, I feel a lot more relieved the next day.
Well, before we get through everything, why don't we take a break, come back on the other side, and see what happens in the evening, because it could be fun. Catch you on the other side. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. You get 1, 2, 3 nights of rest. Everybody's at full HP. You're ready to go. As you head out to before you leave, though, Wiley will tell you, like, well, if you're visiting the lands, here, a man with only 1 foot and no hands ain't going to be any of help for you. Why don't I stay and rest here in the inn while you all do whatever adventurings are on land, and when you need to talk about everything else, you can come back and find me in this nice cozy inn. I'll make sure our rooms are fresh and just the way you left them.
I believe this will be the last time we come back to Port Ferris, after which we'll be traveling to other islands, so you get to come with us now, Wally.
Well, won't you be needing to spend another night in a bed before we go?
Nope, after we visit the little mountain over on the southwest of the island, we'll be heading to the next island.
It takes like a day to get from island to island. But you know best, my lord, you know best.
Thank you.
As you go to check out of the inn, you get your final bill. It's a little higher than you expected. It's like 5 silver a night for like room and board, which is bare minimum room and board. Like, it's a place to sleep and you get like breakfast and dinner. It's not very much. And the quality of the meals aren't very good. But when you go to check out, instead of paying the 75 silver that you expected for 3 nights for 5 people, the total bill that the inn owner gives you is 365 silver.
Cool. As we get the bill, I'll I'll inquire politely. This seems to be a little higher than I would expect.
Well, your grandpa had some special orders, and and he didn't have any hands, so he couldn't hand any coin, but he said that his grandson would cover his debts. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy, so yeah, it's your grandpa's spending.
I see.
Let's see. He hired 2 assistants each day to help him hold things and eat, and they were 5 silver each for each day, so that's 30 silver there. Let's see, and then he spent 20 silver a day on food and drinks, mostly drinks. And then here is a bill, she says, pulling out like a small scrap of paper as a receipt from the blacksmith in town who made him some, it says here, hand knives. And that's 100 silver for each hand knife, and there were 2 of them.
Ah, I see. Very good. Are the hand knives delivered, or will we have to go to the blacksmith for that?
I think he's already had them delivered.
Ah, excellent.
Did he not tell you? Maybe it's a surprise. What is a hand knife, by the way? I've heard of hunting knives, and it's not. I mean, I saw he was missing his hands. It's not.
Ah, yes, I would just expect it to be a knife that you stick onto your hand. It's like one of those hooks.
I see. Well, good luck
And
with your
we'll,
grandpa.
Yes, I'll calmly pay the bill as requested. What was the amount?
365 silver.
Great. Thank you for the accommodations.
Of course, please come
And we're
again.
paying chunks of silver.
He wants coins. None of
Yeah.
this weighing out nonsense. And our party can... Oops, wrong screen. Our party can sail forth to Moss Mountain.
Does
Yeah.
Willie have hand knives now?
By the time you get everyone back together, you can see him saying goodbye to one of his assistants that he has hired. And she has indeed strapped this, metal contraption over his wrist and then tied it together. And it's essentially just like a little collar stump, or like a cup that would go over your stump, and it's got some bandages underneath it, out of which extends a knife. And it doesn't look like the knife and the collar were made by the same person or the same metal. It looks like someone went out and bought a knife and then like welded it, some form of welding, obviously not modern TIG welding, to this little thing that then is tied over his stumps. And now he's walking around with a pair of knives for hands.
Really cool.
I'll compliment
Thank you.
Wally. Very crafty of you.
Oh, I thank you, lad. You gotta be ready for anything that comes up these days. You never know what it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. I would also like to mention that over the we basically spent 2 days in Port Ferris. On those days, I'd like to have talked with Wally to have him share stories about the islands. You don't have to share them right now, but just, background. He's been telling us about the islands. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Let me just... Poor Wiley.
Must be
If
getting
there's
on now. Wiley.
anything in particular that
And
would
Warsaw.
be of a special import,
Yeah.
hearing it now would be nice.
There is a story he wants to tell you. Now, he wants to tell you a story about an island known as Alba Island. And he just tells you about the last crew he traveled with and how they went to Alba Island, walked up a mountain there, and then found themselves in a boat days later, not knowing what happened. And so they turned around and went back to Alba Island and went back up the mountain and found themselves in their boat months later with no memory of what had happened in the meantime. And he tells you that there's something cursed about Alba Island. There's people who live there, there's a town, there's a dock, and there's a whole bunch of mountains. But don't you go there. No matter how good you think it is, something is there that will wipe your memory and keep you trapped there. And when you come away, you'll be weakened. You'll be bloodied. You'll be exhausted. You'll have strange scars and markings on your body and memories implanted into your mind. Stay away from Alba Island no matter what treasure awaits you there. That's the real big story that he wants to share with you. And then he casually mentions that like his last crew summoned a dragon from underneath Hookfin Island. But like the dragon's free now, so whatever. No big deal.
The dragon plaguing the outer ring?
No, nothing like that. It ain't plaguing nothing. It's just dragoning up. You know, just good old... I mean, it's mostly fighting against the White Prince. The story goes way back when, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, when the White Prince was rising to power, this dragon, known as Telemachy Lenorum, roamed the seas, and the White Prince buried him underground, far from where anyone could ever get to him again. And it was this last group of people I sailed with that set the dragon free. And now the dragon roams the seas, hunting the White Prince and his men, a friend to pirates and common folk alike. There's also a talking magic fish that granted my crew 3 wishes.
Oh.
Yes.
This sounds like quite the illustrious crew. Do I know of them?
Why, I don't know. He names 4 names, Sail, Archie, John, and Nilrum. And you have never heard these. I mean, John's a common name, but the rest of these are, I guess Archie's kind of a common name, but you don't know anything about these people.
Well, I'm sure we'll top those adventures.
If only I could have gone on them. You know, the legs, the eye, the hand. Oh, it was just one missing hand at that time. They prevented me from doing any fun with them. But I helped them organize their assets. They put me in charge of finances, and it was a good idea. It's how they became so successful, you see.
You're good at spending money, for sure.
Gotta spend money to make money, lad.
That's true. Well, let's be on our way. And we go 1 mile north of Port Ferris, and then actually 1 mile south is closer this time.
Okay.
Well, north is better docking, I guess.
All right. We go north. And are we sailing south around the island or north and then south around the island? I think it's pretty clear that the southern route is the more direct one, but I don't know if you care about how it looks to people or whatever.
I don't care enough. I'll take the southern route.
Excellent. Love it. So it's gonna be 27 miles at about... We're going against the tides and everything. It's maybe 2.5 miles an hour. So it'll take you about 10 hours to get to Moss Mountain. Yep. So later that day, if you leave at 8 in the morning, you'll get there at like 6 in the evening. As evening approaches, you arrive at the shore near the base of the Moss Mountain.
Any ships following us?
There are boats about and ships about, but none of them seem to be following you. Almost every vessel goes with the tides. A couple of the little local fishermen will go against it and do their own little things around here. And there is one vessel of notable size that does sort of go this way, but they seem to be headed more in the direction of Oaktown, which is just beyond.
Okay, fantastic. We'll disembark, we'll pack up the ship, and we'll start heading up the mountain towards the memory I have of the location.
Excellent. Let's get a little encounter roll over here. Oh, that's bingo. That is a bingo indeed.
This seems like a proper trek, so I won't be wearing the chainmail. Hopefully nothing happens to us.
Yeah, it's a good call on you to do that so early. see. Let me just adjust this. Lovely, lovely. So, party. We're cruising through these jungles. We see this mountain before us, and we're on our way there. Wiley, well, luckily you've got a dwarf in the party, so you're going the same speed with or without Wiley. It's nice and slow, nice and steady. Let me put Wiley over here. Nope, he should be this size. No nameplates. Does have vision. Does not emit light. Excellent. And we need Ewan and we need Gary. So, Ranger of the party. I would like you to make me a tracking proficiency check at disadvantage because you're not actively tracking, but you might notice some things as you're walking anyway.
It's time for Chekhov's cat to appear.
Ooh.
Oh, bugger. Close.
Who's
Chekhov's cat.
Chekhov?
If you see a cat in the first act, it'll probably be relevant later. Is that like Chekhov's gun?
Yeah.
Ah.
I did see that paw print earlier.
Well, I feel very called out because yes.
It traveled half the island to us.
Wanted to maybe change it last minute, but you should be rewarded for being correct. Chekhov's cat. You did make the tracking check. A 19 is not going to be good enough. I'm so sorry. There we go. And I think our creature is... who wants to roll a d10 for the whole party? Who hasn't rolled in a little while? I see Gary, I see Palice, I see you, and that means Vincent. You need to roll me a d10 for the party. It's a 5. The party is... What is the cat's bonus to surprise? Is it at least +3? ABC... Kitty, cat. Great. Leopard. Leopards prefer to leap on their prey, imposing a -3 on the surprise roll of their victims. You needed a 6. Actually, you needed a 7. 20 feet. They strike successfully with both paws. They rake with their rears for additional damage. Oh, I love it. Solitary leopard sees the party. And what's the marching order for our party here? Who's in the front, who's in the mid, and who's in the back?
I'm obviously in the middle.
I would imagine Gary at the front with the machete hand axe, clearing a path.
Yeah, because you got to be hacking through everything. Okay.
Behind Gary?
Did we say Edgar was behind Gary? Or I'm sorry, Edwin was behind?
Ewan behind Gary, yeah.
Ewan behind Gary. Then Vincent.
Edgar behind Vincent.
Edgar behind Vincent. And last but not least is the old man pulling up the rear with his little stump leg. Well, party.
Yeah, the slowest two at the back, as it would be.
That makes sense.
They're clearing the way for us.
Well, leaping from its hiding place, catching the party by surprise, is indeed our leopard. Our not mean-spirited, but just very hungry leopard who's jumping at the slowest, weakest member of the herd. And with a surprise attack and a back attack and all of these things, it's going to additional +4 on top of its normal +3. And it'll roll a modified 18 against the poor old man's AC of 8. That's just his first attack. That's the first claw. The second claw is a 22. The bite is going to be a 22. So he'll take 1d3 from one claw, 1d3 from a second claw, When he hits with both claws, the leopard then rakes with his rear claws for 1d4 each. So let's get another attack roll. Critical hit and a regular hit. So that's 2d4 for damage and a 1d4 for damage. And finally, a bite, because he hits literally all of his attacks for a d6. The old man takes 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11 damage, but does not die, because he's got 26 hit points.
We hired a boss on our crew. Excellent.
And I do believe it's
You're very
initiative
experienced.
order.
He's high level, but suffering.
Yeah, he's got 5 dexterity. He has a -2 to his AC from every angle. And the leopard has
one.
definitely grabbed the old man.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay. And our big cat. Oops, I added the wrong number to that. Thank you. Big cat is sitting at this much hit points. And Vincent starting us off.
Yeah, very lightweight. I'll spin around and quickly pull a dart from my belt and throw it at the cat.
Now, these two are in melee together. So the cat is on the man and sort of thrashing and dragging him. Throwing a weapon or shooting a weapon into a melee situation essentially makes it like a 50-50 chance of hitting either target if they're both medium-sized. If one is larger, like, this big, then you would have a better chance of hitting him than the old man. But in melee, when grappled, it's a cluster.
Got it.
What would you like to do it anyway? Because who cares about the old man?
No, I would not. Thank you for telling me about that. Let me instead.
What would you like?
I'll roll a new initiative for what would have been my move of
Excellent.
casting strength.
All right, you can take the 3 from the D10. You can just add is it 2 for initiative on strength? So it still goes at 5.
Okay, 5 it is. Very good. Looks like strength was a 1. So,
Even faster.
and I'll cast it on, I guess, the person who looked most ready to act next, of Gary.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. You tap Gary. Gary, roll me a D8 for the strength spell. And roll low. Yes. What does that get you to?
15.
Oh,
Gary's not very
perfect.
strong.
Love it. The leopard who's grabbed the old man is content. This is all he wants. And he drags the old man, who goes, ah! As the leopard pulls him. I moved 45 feet, but the leopard can move 75. So he's another 30 off of there. Just to make things easy, I'm going to move you 30 this way. And that should be correct across the board. Gary, your turn.
Gary will break into a run. I assume I can make it. Yeah, I must be able to.
Yes.
I'll get on its flank.
You hurry after the cat. Oh, I should also...
He's over here.
Let's have him go at 8 then. You catch up to them. Make your offhand and main-hand attacks. Initiative is nice, but not quite. 16 will do, yes.
And 16
Double hits.
for 11.
Oof. All right, that is most of the cat's HP. You were at 7. Wiley goes next. He cannot stab behind him with his hands. That is just not how it works. He would love to try. He definitely can't do it. He will make a desperate attempt to break out by digging his daggers into the ground and trying to pull himself out of the leopard's grip. And he rolls a natural 18, modified 30. Maybe the leopard's getting distracted by the machete and the hand axe in its body. The old man managed to pull himself free and rolls over to face the creature with his hands up to defend himself because he can't disengage. Etgard.
Pickard, is movement speed 6 means like 60 yards or
60 feet.
60 feet, and charging doesn't grant additional movement?
Charging gives you 60 yards of movement, but you kind of need to do a straight line.
Ah. Kind of like move and then like charge? What is this? Like
It's
50 feet?
one. It's all the one action.
Okay, so that's nowhere going to be enough. I will then just run on over.
All right.
I gain the penalty for running to my AC.
Excellent.
Hand axe in hand.
Ewan.
Try and close the distance to get over there.
Okay.
95 feet seem okay.
You can do that unless you're encumbered.
Lightly?
I'm sorry, did you say?
That would be 80 then. Light encumbrance.
Yeah. That would be 80 feet. You were there. Ooh, so close. You could run and get to the leopard, but not make an attack.
I will stand here. Yeah, ready to help Wiley on the next turn.
Okay. That's the end of this initiative. It's time for the next round of initiative.
Initiative. Oof.
See a bunch of numbers. I see Vincent and Leopard going at the same time. That means actions resolve simultaneously. The leopard is going to run. It just turns its tail and bolts into the jungle, provoking attacks of opportunity from the nearby fighters if they wish to do that. But also Vincent can move and take a shot if he so desires.
I don't desire.
Okay. Gary attacks the helpless leopard.
It's a man-eater. It's got to be killed.
But you don't do enough to kill the man-eater.
Do I get with my offhand?
Let me double check. I seem to recall that being a rule that you get all of your attacks as opportunity attacks, but then it applied to monsters as well. So if you leave the threatening space of a Hydra, it gets to make 8 bites against you.
We could just not do that then.
And that
if you
felt
like.
weird to me.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
happy just
1. Let's just do the 1. That seems fair. Yeah, the leopard runs. It flees, and it is gone. The party will still get experience for defeating the leopard, should they survive long enough to get experience. And no one except the old man is wounded. Well done, party. Well done.
I'll hoist him to his feet.
You're a pretty tough, old man, I compliment Wiley.
Oh, I've been around the docks 1,000 times. I've seen this and that and the other thing. I've raided lairs. I've been captured and held captive for decades of my life. I've fought and robbed and thieved and done the best with all of them.
One blue leopard is not going to bring you down.
That's exactly it.
Well, that means I'm in the rear. You take in front of me. I'll cover your back this time.
All right. The party continues. Now, as we begin to climb up the mountain and the sun begins to go down, Vincent, you get that same flash, that same memory of looking at the mountain from afar. But now, as you've climbed this one and you're gazing out at everything, like the view has changed as you climb up Moss Mountain. The coastline is different. The jungle is different. The lagoon is way bigger now than it used to be. This whole area looks completely different. And as you look towards the mountain and look towards the other mountain and you're trying to find the same place, I need you to make me a wisdom check, Vincent.
Cool. And that implies Fort Let me see. The Shortwater Lagoon was a lagoon, just smaller before.
Yes.
All right. Will.
You don't find it today before the sun goes down. The difference in jungle and mountain and the movement of everything makes it very hard to kind of find your positioning. But you think if you spend a little time, maybe it's an hour, maybe it's a couple days, who knows, searching this area, you should eventually be able to line up the images to find something. But not tonight.
Great.
We make camp on the mountain.
In general, I share with the party what my images are. So I basically explain we're setting up here so I can search for the memory.
What memory are you searching for, lad? Says the pirate.
That's why we're sightseeing. There's somewhere around here that I remember looking at that mountain.
You've been to the Dardanelles before. You didn't say that.
When I said I should say a former wizard, since, as you may have noticed, I'm a wizard.
I had the sneaking suspicion.
What I'm doing is taking a journey to retrace a bunch of wizards' steps.
How do you know where he stepped? Do you feel the magic on the ground? Can you see his footprints? If so, why are we lost?
It's not any precise magic. I can just, I know what they saw at some point, and I'm just trying to track down the exact location.
How do you know? How can a man know a thing like that?
That is a trade secret, I say. And smile.
There's always a trade secret somewhere. I myself, he just goes on a long rambling story about his trade secrets and how he can't share them with you. And that's how he survived the 4 weeks in the desert that one time and blah, 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 blah. The party needs to make camp and sleep for the night. It means watches, making sure that monsters aren't coming. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have 4 days worth of food on me. Does anyone else have food?
No.
But there's 5 of us. Is it already down to cannibalism? There was a time where...
Well, I had 10 pounds spare because I went with the Gambison. I could have brought some.
That's good. I always assume you guys are carrying food for me.
Well, do we draw
I'll set up your
straws?
tent for you, my lord.
Who,
I've set up the tent.
who's going without? Nose goes, and he puts his knife to his nose.
An empty stomach
No,
will
we
keep
have
me
enough.
alert. But we have enough.
I'll go without. But next time you lot better bring some damn food.
Yes.
I have 3 days of rations as well.
Hey!
Oh, right, I didn't hear that.
There's plenty
Hey,
of
we're
food.
good.
All right, party.
I'll just
who-
score off mine because I can't carry much.
Excellent. How do we take watches? Does everyone take a watch? Does Vincent get to sleep all night so he can rememorize spells in the morning? What's the dealio?
Oh,
Vincent
I mean,
has to
Wyland
sleep.
sleeps,
Yeah,
right?
33
'Cause
watches.
he's injured. So it's between us 3.
Okay, it's between the 3 of you. Well, each of you roll me a D20. High gets special treatment. 4. 6. Gary 2 machetes. Gary 2 machetes. Good old friend. Would you roll me a D100, please?
Lovely.
Hmm.
Rollaroo.
No. That's on the other end of the spectrum. And would you roll me a d10, please? Okay. And, oh boy. Edgard, will you give me a d20?
Sure.
Ooh. And Ewan, will you give me a 2d10? The night passes without any problems. You wake up the next morning, everything's fine.
I thought I heard something in the bushes, but it was nothing. Must be, I don't know, a badger or a weasel.
It was that panther. It was starving.
Ooh, maybe, yes.
I was really hoping to get one of you tonight.
Ooh. Well, nothing to it. Let's keep looking.
All right, Vincent, give me a give me a wisdom check, please, at advantage. I guess 2 wisdom checks.
Okay.
Yeah. 21 and 12, natural 1. Well, the 21 is all that you needed. Eventually, halfway through the day, you can line up the areas. You can climb towards the mountain, and as we're approaching like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, peak heat of the day, you get everything to line up well enough, and you see the cliff face that looks so familiar. But unlike the last one, this door, this wall that ought to disappear is just completely open. There is a passageway leading inside the mountain, a tunnel maybe 10 feet wide. And there's like moss and slimes and mold and like vines and grasses. This place has clearly been open to the jungle for some amount of time. And, you know, the jungle has crawled into it, and it's not sealed up.
Okay. I think it would be a fun little bit of trivia to try to piece together how old this memory is based off of the rising island, the overrun open door.
Yeah.
We're looking for a ballpark of centuries.
Well, the shape of Flotsam Island has changed significantly from your high vantage point from this memory to now. So it's at least 1,500 years old. 1,500 years ago is when the gods wrecked the world and changed the shape of islands and continents and whatnot. So it's at least 1,500 years. Beyond that, what sorts of clues might you be able to deduce?
I think that's about it. Knowing it's more than 1,500 years ago is good enough. Whenever I'm experiencing these memories, do I see a character with it, or do I basically see through the character's eyes?
See through the character's eyes as if you were them experiencing that moment over and over again. So you might see a hand or like some clothing. There's the husband and wife couple that share the stone back and forth, or shared the stone back and forth, and you know what they look like because like you've seen them looking at each other because they had stored a bunch of sweet memories to share with each other because they're lovey-dovey like that. But the person whose memories are like these separate locations, and it's the same voice because sometimes they'll say like, the northwest inertial actuator is over there, and you'll hear the voice. You can hear that voice from this person over and over again. The voice is... Holding. Need to see if I can get you a race or a class or a gender. It's in one of my many, many notes. Zabak. Sorry, just perusing. Here we go. Perfect. My notes are just scattered across like 7 different places. Here we are. Ah, it is a feminine voice. Is that right? So sorry. Memories, Apprentice. I thought I wrote this name down. Oh, yeah. It is a feminine voice. It is an elven voice. Yes. Now, it's a weird thing because you're having these memories and you're speaking the words, but like you're understanding the concepts. So you're actually hearing someone speak in Elven, and I don't think you understand Elven, but like when it's a memory, you understand what it was, what the meaning of it was. So you're hearing a female speak in Elven, and you can see, you know, feminine hands when there's pointing around. But you haven't been able to link it to a specific name. You haven't had anyone like talk to her and call her out by name. That helps.
Interesting. Okay.
Any other questions I can answer for you?
No, very cool.
Okay.
I tell the party, aha, we found it. There might be something interesting in here.
You
Let's
don't
proceed
say.
with caution.
It's another layer. Something else.
Could be. I believe this is where your specialty will come in once again, Edgar.
Yes. Really love to wear chainmail right now, but it is what it is. I'll get to tapping.
I mean, feel free to put it on. We'll wait.
It's in the ship. £40 of chainmail, sir. I can't carry that much.
I'm just thinking about if there's a reasonable way for us to open up the ship's hold here.
Maybe if you head down to the lagoon and then you could float it in water appropriately. It's evening
guess
now. You could do that tomorrow and come back the next day.
I'll check for traps. That's the biggest worry, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Right. The party begins to venture down the hallway, checking for traps as we go. And
The good news is, it's likely that whatever traps
I'd
are in
like to
here
talk.
have been set off by an animal already.
And I think this is where we're going to end our session for the day. I have all sorts of fun stuff prepared for us because I actually thought this is where we were going to go first, but it wasn't. So we will have to see it next time. Yeah,
Good game.
that's that. Good
Been
job,
fun.
everybody. Congratulations on surviving yet again, much to many people's chagrin. And
Give me those channel points.
Yeah, XP soon.
Yeah. Good job. I guess that's it. Anyone have anything to say before we head out? Any rebukes to the viewers for your survivals?
Sleep tight.
All right. Catch you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.